Hello? Oh, it's 2 for somebody else, I think. Nope, I got you. Alright, sounds good. Bye. Okay, test. We're recording. Yes, we are. See that record button. Test. We're recording. Yes, we are. Of course, we're recording. Let's go and make it public. Where? Oh, there's the chat. Hey, what's happening, Super Wesley 64? Well, let me see if I can refresh this page real quick. So Super Wesley 64, is it going live? There we go. Yeah, no, we see it now. Okay, we should be good. Anyway, yes, welcome to the Arena stream. Hope you're excited. Let a few more people come in, but this is the if you're getting here now, this is the content creator stream for Magic. They're sponsored me during this stream, so I definitely want to get that out there. That this is a sponsored stream, so very much thanks to them for providing me with packs for this event. I've already cracked them and put them in some decks, so that was pretty cool of them. And but yeah, I'm excited. We got some fun stuff today, so let's go and jump in there. We're going to be playing some. We've got a bunch of different decks, but I think I'm just going to start off with Tezzeret. I've been really enjoying Tezzeret. And if my chair's squeaky, I do apologize. I changed up my office chair, and so it's might have a little bit of noise, but it's a lot more comfortable. I think in the past when I would whenever I would stream, I streamed my old office chair, and it would just at the end of 2 hours I'd be hurting. So we've got double island opt or res cast. Yeah, I'm not super wild. Let's go and mulligan on this one. Yeah, we can keep on. There's some clunky hands you can keep with this deck, but we'll definitely keep on this. And then scry opt on top. Yeah, let's go and leave opt on top. That way we can at least use that for a little bit of card advantage for next turn. But this is black blue Tezzeret. If you don't know, I love Tezzeret. Tezzeret's one of the best cards out there. I'm gonna call this shrine. Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna go and pass the turn. But yeah, Tesar. So the name of the game is basically just getting down a lot of artifacts, and that's gonna allow us to slowly start working towards the black-blue Tezzeret. And then once we get him down, we can start going for that +2 ability and really start Start blasting our opponent with that metal crap. Well, not necessarily metal crap, but whatever little Tesar witch hand thing. I think is really goofy looking. I remember from the last stream, I was like, that looks like a witch's hand. Okay, so let's go. I think at this point we're going to go swamp, and we're going to go for Sorcerer's Spyglass just to kind of see what our opponent's got going on. So we're looking at Teferi, Liliana. It looks like we're playing against Esper Planeswalkers. We're not too worried about the Wanderer, Liliana Dreadhorde. That's really far away. We still have Vraska's Contempt. I think we just go Teferi on this one. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to go Teferi. Time Raveler. There we go. So we're going to name Teferi with Sorcerer's Spyglass, and we're just going to go and pass the turn. But yeah, long story short, we're going to get down a bunch of artifacts. And one of the cool things that you can run in here is we do have a Saheeli in here. And that way, you know, you see that we had Opter, Lyra, and some other discard stuff. So once we go for those, we can really kind of start to get a lot of those Thopter tokens on the battlefield. And then those artifact tokens, that really kind of helps that Tezzeret count. I think at this point, let's go Mana Geo. That way we're going to get an extra Scry. And it looks like our opponent is stuck. No, I think they have a blue. We don't need Crime. Yeah, they do have Drowned Catacombs. I was about to say, I think they were stuck on blue mana, but they have Drowned Catacomb in their hand. So we can go for Binding. And let's see if they grab the Spyglass. Okay. Either way, we're getting a Tezzeret down next turn, which is going to be pretty good. So let's go Island, let's go Tezzeret. And the main thing Tezzeret does in this game is we're basically just cashing in card draw. Now, one of the things that you can do with Tezzeret, you can go for the +1 to create a Thopter artifact token and slowly work towards that. But I think at this point, since we're playing against a control deck, we just want to start drawing as many cards as we can. So we draw into Cry, which is not the best card. But one of the things that this deck has a huge problem with is Low to the Ground. Mono red, mono white, a lot of cards like that are pretty hard for this deck to deal with. So our opponent does end up finding Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. So we're going to go for Vraska's Contempt with them completely tapped out. And they simply just going to be able to untap 2 lands. So I feel pretty safe about getting this to stick. So let's go Vraska's Contempt. Actually, let's go for the... Well, if we go Treasure... Yeah, let's go Vraska's Contempt on Teferi. There we go. And we're going to go for the... You know, let's see if we can't start getting 2 card draw. Let's go for the +1 to create a Thopter token. And then once we go for Watery Grave, we're going to pay 2 life. We're going to go and shock in and get down Treasure Map. Now, Treasure Map's actually really good in this build because with Treasure Map, we can start to scry each turn. And then once we get those 3 counters on that, it's going to give us... Uh-oh, got Liliana coming down. Whenever we get those 3 treasure tokens, that really helps us... pump up some really nice Tezzeret. But we are sitting at 0, so let's go for the 0 ability. We're going to be able to draw 2 cards since we do have at least 3 artifacts. Oh, there we go. Find ourselves a Tezzeret. -4. Okay, so we've got a little bit of time against Liliana, and we've got a pretty nice artifact count at this point. So I think we just go Tezzeret? Yeah, I kind of like that. We're just going to plus up 2. Now, this is basically just going to be like a Lightning Helix at this point right now, but I like going for that. So we're going to go for the Tezzeret Master of Bridge. Look at, there's the Witch Hand. Hey, what's up? Howdy from Brazil. That's pretty cool. And then since we have nothing else to do, we're going to go Treasure Map for 1. Drowned Catacomb. Not really feeling that. We'll put that on the bottom. Now, they do have a couple zombies out there, at least 1 zombie at this point right now. And yeah, we'll go ahead and swing at Liliana. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to try to keep her in check just a little bit. But with Cry, what we're going to be able to do is get rid of a lot of those zombies to get those zombie tokens. So, but that's cool. Where in Brazil are you from? I'm not super familiar with it, but and I'm going to try to say your name, Lucio Lupus. Sometimes I can roll through stop signs trying to pronounce names. Super Wesley 64. What have you been playing on Arena recently? It is a very goofy hand. It's just like, there's a lot of cool animations out there, but then sometimes you just see that witch's hand, and you're like, there just needs to be a little bit more like meat on the bone or something. It just looks like, something Mr. Bones Wild Ride or something like that. It's gonna reach out and try to grab you real quick. But it's kind of fun playing this deck because it's... Oh, no! We got hit with the Elder Spell. Oh, that's a bummer. Anyway, there's 2 Tezzeret Masters. Hey, Carter, what's happening, buddy? Glad you can get in here. Yeah, exactly. We do need to get the Scry going, but we got hit with that Elder Spell, and that was... that's pretty gnarly. Each opponent chooses a permanent... So choose an artifact, creature, enchantment, or planeswalker, any land. Oh no! All right, so we're gonna choose water. What a great way to get this thing started. So we're gonna keep these, I guess. Oh no! Oh, oh! Welcome to the stream, everybody. If you're signing in, look at this. This is we've got 3 permanents on the battlefield, but we do hit anticipate, so we're gonna keep trying. But this is hey, it's not looking good. And I guess at this point, maybe if we get lucky, we can just go a bunch of mana geodes somehow. It did start out pretty good. Do we want to push in with? Yeah, might as well just go and swing in at Liliana, just get rid of her. Yeah, that was brutal, the Elder Spell. Yeah, they put the 2 loyalty counters on there, so we have no more board state. Hey, Ralph, greetings. Thank you for watching all the way over from Germany. My family, I'm not necessarily German, but my family from a very long time ago was from Germany, so I don't know, it's always kind of cool. I've always wanted to visit there. I've never visited there, so I feel that'd be a pretty fun trip. And oh, this is bad. And if we don't hit a land, hey, so there's sometimes in Magic where you just you've seen enough, and you just good game. So we're gonna go and scoop this one up and move on to the next game. That when you get all your stuff blown up, it's a little hard to keep it going. All right, so we're gonna try to do Tesar again, then we'll switch back. Ooh, that's not good, Carter. Tornadoes are not fun. I'm from Texas, for those of you who don't know, and there's been a lot of tornadoes in Texas and a lot of tornadoes in Oklahoma too. So that's something that it's not fun. So let's go to give Tesar one more go. Yeah, that's yeah, we're gonna play. We'll play Planewide Celebration here in a little bit. That is a, I don't know, it's just a fun deck. When you get to gain on that life in mono red's like, okay. We've got Double Duress, Opt, and Cry. This is one of those hands that we can keep. We could mulligan if we wanted to, but I mean, if we're playing against some sort of ag, yeah, we'll keep on this one. This is like right on the cusp of trying to like mulligan a little bit more aggressively, and then we'll probably just hit like a no lander. But we'll keep on this one. We at least got the turn 1 Opt that we can go for. And then let's go for that, because I really want to hit that 3rd land drop. Mana Geo, let's go and put that on the bottom. And then we'll just kind of roll out Double Duresses. Oh, there we go. Hit the land drop. Okay. So we got that Opt out of the way. Oh, and we're playing against goblins. I love that Spear Sphere. And yeah, let's give Duress a shot. And one of the other reasons we didn't shock in immediately is yeah, the Elder Spell is horrible. Duress, I think at this point, yeah, we're just gonna take line up the stage, because that's gonna be the easiest way to really kind of stop them from getting any sort of card advantage. And it looks like we're just playing against mono red. They've got Shock, Skewer the Critics, Lava Coil. And then, yeah, double Lava Coil. So Lava Coil is actually, we're pretty okay with this. And the next time we're going to set up for a really nice Cry. And that is really just going to clean the board up and leave them with not a lot of good stuff. So we go Swamp, let's go Cry. And then what we're going to do next turn is we're probably still going to go and Shock in Watery Grave. And that way we can get down Saheeli and start to work towards some of our artifacts for Tesar to make that Witch Hand pretty happy. Yeah, I can see that. All right, opponent's going to go for Shock, knock us down to 17. We're going to clear that out. Now, if you're new to Arena or you're new to Magic in general, Cry is definitely a good card, especially if there's a lot of afterlife stuff running around in the meta that you're playing in. So let's go and Shock Watery Grave in. We're going to pay 2 life. Let's go Saheeli. And this is what this deck wants to do, just to be able to cash in 2-for-1s, Duress, and then a extra little servo token. All right, opponent's going to scoop it up on this one, so we'll take that. And I haven't got to play as much Arena lately, so I'm slowly kind of like working my way back up the rank schedule, or the ranking system, whatever that is. I'm going to claim that prize. There we go. Let's move on to Sultai Amass. So I've been playing this. I played 1 game of this earlier, and this is just basically your standard Sultai, just good stuff deck. We've got Hostage Taker in here. We've got Hydrocrisis. We have the new Tameo, which is a really cool Planeswalker. Works out really well with the Sultai build that we're going for. And we're running like 24 lands, but we've only got 1 in our hand. So I think at this point we'll go ahead and mulligan, because it's not. Yeah, if we had 2 lanes, I would keep on a heartbeat. Okay, yeah, this is better. Hydrocrisis, Tameo, Discovery, so we'll keep on this. And then Casualties of War. I mean, yeah, that's a little far away, but we've got Discovery, so we're going to keep that on top. And then I think our opponent's on the plane. But I haven't been in the gold tier in a pretty good minute, so I'm happy to be back up here. Not that there's anything wrong with playing in the silver tier, but you get a little bit better matches as you work your way up. Hey, awesome! Thank you, Matt. Matthew? I'm just going to say Matt because I'm going to butcher that really bad. But anyway, thank you for saying that. Yeah, I would totally have a face camera, but there's a lot of times where I record in the morning, and it's I'm pretty sleepy sometimes, and I've just got my glasses on. Let's go Harbor. I think we just go. Let's go Hydrocrasis for 0. That would be pretty fun. We're gonna go Discovery, Severeful 2, then draw a card. Dreadhorde Invasion. If we're playing against like Bant good stuff, I really kind of do like Dreadhorde Invasion. And at this point, we're going to go ahead and put Hydrocrasis into the graveyard. We've got Tamiyo, we can always bring it back. And Dreadhorde Invasion is really going to allow us to hopefully just kind of get some good zombies down. Than anything else, kick it back over there. But yeah, you know, this deck is, we've got Casualties of War, Vraska's Contempt, and the Dreadhorde Invasion is kind of like the bitter, it's almost like a Sultai Bitter Blossom deck, where we just want to get those down and just slowly roll out some creatures. So we can't go for Vraska's Contempt at this point, so we're just going to go Dreadhorde Invasion. But yeah, that Planewide Celebration, Super Wesley 64, that was, man, that's just a fun card. There's just like when you gain that life against mono red, or then you can get down those citizens tokens and get the boar down. That's pretty cool. All right, so our opponent's gonna get down growth. Oh, and then Modern Horizons has come out, and oh, there's some pretty. They released a pretty cool card. Now, unfortunately, we don't run into another land. So at this point, I think we just go Dreadhorde Invasion, that we can really start working on our zombie army. We are going to take a pretty big hit with them swinging in at this point, but we are running a lot of land, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we run into that 4th land drop. We need to go Vraska's Contempt, that allows us to get some life gain, or we can go Hostage Taker to just kind of exile something. But yeah, and if you don't know, Sultai is my favorite color setting to play, so I haven't been playing Sultai in a very long time. When I first got into Arena, I played a lot of Sultai, like Hydrocrasis. Yeah, and at this point, this doesn't have trample, does it? No. All right, so we're just going to be throwing these amass tokens in front of that 4, just to kind of hopefully try to stabilize just a little bit. And then we not just die to the double. Oh, no. We could Hydrocrasis for 1. That's just going to be a little 1/1. Yeah, I think we just pass. Yeah, let's just go and pass the turn. All right, so we're going to pass the turn. We're going to take another hit. And, yes, we will be doing, I'll be doing more streaming in the near future for sure. Definitely, because I've never actually streamed Commander. No, actually I did. I streamed Commander. I streamed Commander one time on MTGO Traders, whenever Terran, I don't know where he was at. I think he was on vacation or something. Let's go and throw the zombie token in front of the Growth Chamber Guardian. We're going to take another hit, but this is not looking too hot. We might end up trying to get a new one. Yes, the new Urza. Yes, I saw that. That's what I was. I got distracted by the game, and that is. Oh, I saw that. I'm like, oh my god. I mean, there's so many decks I want to put it in, and then I also want to build it, but it's just like, okay, so we're just not in this. We're gonna go and scoop. We'll just go and let them swing in. But yeah, you know, there's a lot of stuff that, you know, that's gonna go good in. What's her name? The Jorah. That's Joyra. That's what I could not remember her name. It's gonna go great in Joyra. Then at the same time, just building a deck by himself, just having that tap ability to add blue mana to your mana pool, that is it's pretty nutty. All right, so we're gonna give this deck one more shot, and then they announced the Changeling, which is pretty cool. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet. I've always wanted to build like a Nomad deck or like a something kind of goofy like that. It is 7 mana, which is kind of clunky for a commander, but we'll give it a shot. But yeah, Urza is it's kind of, it's like that same thing, that concept of like, I didn't know I needed this in my life, and this is it's very good. In fact, I'm gonna go and pull it up, just kind of talk about it real quick. Let me get the Scryfall pulled up. Yeah, I always go to Scryfall for my Spore Frog. I just saw our Spore Frog is modern legal now. That's not fun. Opening hand, Drown, Catacomb, Watery Grave, Harbor, Double Thunder. Yeah, we'll keep on this one. I don't like this. Hopefully we get a little bit luckier with our lands. But yeah, Spore Frog. I didn't know if y'all saw that, but Spore Frog is That is legal now. Enters the battlefield tapped. If you don't know about Spore Frog in Marin is just absolutely beating. It is they can fog out each combat, and then you bring it back every single turn. And just the fact that it's a modern, I love that. All right, so opponent's gonna go for a flower, and look at that Nicol Bolas avatar. That looks pretty good. Just to kind of keep on theme with Nicol Bolas, let's just go ahead and go for Thought Eraser. Just kind of see what our opponent's got cooking in the kitchen. So we've got History, Amara, Sapling Migration. So they're going to be able to get Amara down, and we don't have any sort of spot removal, but we also don't have an answer for History, which I don't really want to mess with. But we can actually go for History next turn with our other Thought Erasure. So I think at this point, Tide Taker could be something that we might want to take with this. We don't really have a ton of instant speed actions. I think we can survive a Tide Taker. So, you know what, let's get rid of Amara. That way they just don't get down a really nice play. And yes, we definitely want that extra land so we can start working towards Hydrocrasis for 4. So we're going to click OK on that, and that's going to go on top. Yeah, Spore Frog is not a lot of fun. So they've got Spore Frog Urza. Whenever Urza enters the battlefield, create a 0 colorless artifact creature token. This creature gets +1 for each artifact you control. Then tap an untap artifact you control, add blue mana to your mana pool. Then for a 5-mana activation, shuffle your library. Exile the top card of your library until the end of turn. You may play that card without paying its mana cost. So that is it's a pretty solid magic card right there. It's going to be pretty busted. The fact that it has that, you know, I would play it just anyway if it just had that tap an artifact, add mana, but the fact that it has that 5 mana sink right there, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're going to put that on top because that'll be perfect for Hydrocrasis. And let's get the land drop down. Let's go Breeding Pool. Have that enter tapped and kick it back over there. But yeah, you know, I would play Urza without even that activated ability, but the fact that you can just go infinite and just cache your entire library, I don't know. It's pretty nifty. I'm really excited to see what else they're coming out with. Now, the one card that I did see today that I was really excited about. Okay, so we got Tithe Taker, double saplings, I think. We just go Woodland Simic. Yeah, let's just go for this. Let's go for Discovery. Surveil for 2. And since we have 2 lanes in the hand, we're going to dump both of those into the graveyard. Hopefully we can find something just a little bit better. Ooh, Vraska's Contempt. That is exactly what we want to see. And we'll go and pass the turn. They did announce a Collected Conjuring, which I'm really excited about. Exile the top 6 cards of your library. You may cast up to 2 sorcery cards with convert mana cost 3 or less from them without paying their mana cost. And then put the exile cards on the bottom in a random order. Now, technically, I mean, it's not really going to be that good for Commander. But as far as Modern goes, it's kind of cool to have a effect like that. It is sorcery speed, which is not the best thing out there, but enables some pretty cool things. We go Drowned Catacomb, and I think at this point we're just going to get rid of Gideon. Yeah, because that's going to really help set up a really nice Hydrocrasis for next turn. So let's go Vraska's Contempt on Gideon. Rest in peace, Gideon. And then, yeah, kick it back over to our opponent. And I'm trying to think. I'm just really excited to see what else they come out with as far as some of the other Planeswalkers. Now, they did Skullamental, the Rakdos Elemental. It's a 6/1 with Trample. And whenever it deals combat damage to a player, they have to discard 2 cards. That's a pretty cool thing. And the art looks good. If you haven't seen it, be sure to go to Scryfall and check it out. I'm looking at it right now, and it's pretty good looking. All right, so let's go Hydrocrasis. And yeah, we're just going to go Hydrocrasis for 4. This is exactly what we want to do. All right, gain a couple life, and then there we go, run into Casualties of War. So we can definitely use that Casualties of War to deal with Tide Taker. Might end up popping that Sun Petal Grove. There's a lot of times where this Casualty of War can just hit one of their lands. If they just miss one land drop, it is pretty devastating, especially in a deck like this where they've got white and green, and we just get rid of one of their dual sources. That's pretty good. They did announce Chiller Pillar, which I thought was pretty cool. It's a caterpillar on the snow set. So if you want to look that up, it's somebody put some sunglasses on him on Twitter. So I was like, okay, Chiller Pillar. I like it. And what else is out there? Oh, the lands. That's going to be some really good Commander lands. Basically they applied the Horizon Canopy to all the enemy lands, and that was pretty cool. Now, if we go Casualties of War, we're going to get rid of Conclave Tribunal. That'll give us Hydrocrasis back, but it'll be a 0/0. We really need to get... yeah, let's still go and go for it. So we're going to go Casualties. We're going to destroy creature, target enchantment, and target land. So let's go ahead and blast... And just so we don't give them a fly, well, actually, we can go Tide Taker. We're going to go Tribunal, and let's blast Sun Petal Grove. Okay. That does give them an extra spirit token, And bye-bye Hydrocrisis. But at least we can get down Thief of Sanity to stop that spirit token. We'll put Water to Grave into play tapped. And we're looking at taking 5 next turn. Not the end of the world. And in fact, I think we can go Thief of Sanity and Hostage Taker. So hopefully we can kind of stabilize outside of that. And if they get down another creature with the Hostage Taker, we might be able to get a creature on our side. So let's go Hostage Taker. I guess we'll just go and exile that spirit token, and then let's go Thief of Sin. And actually, now if we go Thief of Sanity, that's going to be, yeah, we can still block because that's going to be 4. Okay, and we'll have Overgrown Tomb coming to play tap. There we go. All right, so kick it back over to our opponent. We're definitely getting down to the wire on this one. Yeah, there's 6 tokens. We can block 2 on those. And then let's see. But yeah, so they have, if you don't know what the canopy lands are, oh no, Conclave Tribunal. The canopy lands, you can pay 1 life to add, whatever dual color you want to your mana pool. We'll just go and block on 1. And then you can pay 1 mana to sacrifice it and draw a card. Now, they did release a green-black version, so that's definitely going to go and get Rog. I'm really excited about that. And with the Fiery Islet, I think that's how you say it, you can pay, same thing, you can draw a card. So they'll definitely go in a lot of the blue-red Spellslinger decks. And just having extra access to just a card draw whenever you need it's always a good thing. So let's go ahead and switch up. Let's go to Ralzeric Storm. That is a deck that I've been having a lot of fun with. We'll come back to that Sultai deck. We might need to make a few little tweaks to that. Ooh, and the Jeskai Dragons. We'll play that here in a second. With the Jeskai Dragons, yeah, the new artwork looks really good. It's just really cool, this Modern Horizons set, that the fact that they did a just wasn't expecting a snow set for like a modern set. As far as our opening hand goes with this Storm, yeah, we'll keep on this one. I like this. Goblin Electromancer, Anticipate, and Shimmer. So if you don't know about this deck, what we're trying to do is we're trying to storm off with 1,000-Year Storm. That's going to be just slowly building up enough value in our hand to where we can close it out with a Stormed Lightning Strike or a Shock. So it's really fun to see this go. So let's go Island. And what you're going to do a lot of your early game is just spend a lot of time just getting to that 6 mana. We are dealing with the 6 mana enchantment. Little clunky, but it's the name of the game. And there's a mountain on top, so we'll take that, and then we'll pass the turn to our opponent. Sometimes you can try to hold on to your cantrips, but once we're kind of hitting 3 cantrips, 2 or 3, you can definitely get that down, and then start digging a little bit deeper. So we're gonna go Goblin Electromancer, and see if this sticks. If they've got a counter spell for Quench, okay. So we do have to watch out for Quench on 1,000-Year Storm. That's not going to be a lot of fun. Hey, what's happening, John? Glad you could make the stream. I'm very much excited. And I guess since we did see Quench from our opponent, let's try to go for Shimmer. Yeah, let's go Island, and let's go Shimmer of Possibility. That way we can look at the top 4 cards. Now, when you storm Shimmer of Possibility, oh, there we go, 1,000-Year Storm. So we're going to grab that, and now we just need to get to 6 mana, and we'll just go and pass the turn. So we do have Opt. We'll probably end up going for that, and then hopefully not get outvalued by our opponent. But another cool thing about this deck is Neheb, and I tested out like a couple different copies of Neheb, and one of the cool things about him is you can swing in, deal that trigger, get that trigger, and discard your hand and end up with 4 or 5 red mana, and that allows you to just pump out a really quick 1,000-Year Storm. So opponent's going to go for Nissa. Let's go for an Opt really quick, and then Mountain. Yeah, we'll leave that on top because that'll be our 5th land for the turn, and then we should hit a land between Anticipate and Shimmer of Possibility. And with them being tapped out, if we can get 1,000-Year Storm to kind of resolve, we're going to try our best to go for that. Now, if they're just dumping their hand out at this point, hopefully we can survive at 3/3 Forest. Especially with them only have 1 more card left in the hand. So at this point, yeah, let's go Shimmer of Possibility. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go Shimmer of Possibility. Okay, there we go. Hit the 6th lane. Okay, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we're going to grab Steam Vents. And we're actually just going to have that come into play tap because we have Lightning Strike. Actually, yeah, I think I don't mind going for... Yeah, let's go and shock this one in. Because that way we can at least Lightning Strike one of their lands. That is a really good feeling. But Nissa, if you're looking for a fun Planeswalker to build a deck around, just being able to add extra green mana off every force you tap with Nissa is a very fun way to play. All right, so I'm going to go for Mending of Dominaria. It's just nice to kind of have those commander effects that you normally get to play with in a standard, so pretty cool. It looks like we're just playing against Simic, good stuff. So they do end up grabbing Hydroid Crisis. All right, so we're going to let that go through. They're going to be able to untap and swing in. We'll see which one we actually, once they actually swing in, we'll go for that lightning strike. So let's go lightning strike. And the good thing about that is it's going to cut back on their ability to, you know, keep swinging in and dealing at 3 damage. All right, so we hit Sulfur Falls. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're just going to go and pass the turn. So we're looking at 6 next turn. That's going to knock us down to 12. Yeah, it's going to be a little clunky. We'll see what we can do. If they end up going for Hydra with Crisis, that'll be a lot of life gain. One of the other ways that we can kind of pump out the mana a little bit quicker, I was running the Scry Treasure in here a little bit. That kind of helps a little bit, but I think I kind of added a few more kind of cantrip spells to it. So opponent's going to go for Nissa. And as much as I want to hold on to Anticipate to set up for a little bit of a better turn, I think we need to dig for some sort of lightning strike on this. So we'll go for Anticipate. Okay, so they're not going to swing it, so that's going to at least give us a little bit of time. Yeah, and I think we just go for Anticipate right here. Ral Zarek. It's not going to be that good with the copy ability because we're basically going for 1,000-Year Storm. So I guess yeah, we'll just still go and take Ral Zarek. It's better than nothing. So we're going to grab Ral Zarek. We may have to play another game after this one if they hit us pretty quick. This deck is very much not necessarily like a glass. Oh god, Hydra Crisis X is equals 11. Yeah, that's definitely going to be hard for us. Yeah, that's some good value from our opponent. One of the things about this deck is not necessarily a glass cannon, but you need to have magic kind of go your way sometimes. But yeah, it looks like they're going to be able to get it on this one. We'll at least going to get down 1,000-Year Storm, and then we'll pass the turn because we got a Hydro Crisis. Look at that art. I love it. We're still going to try again next turn. Yeah, that's one of the downsides. You're playing a Storm deck that has a 6-mana enchantment, but they're going to get it on this one. But we're going to keep playing because when you get the Storm stuff to go off, it's some good magic. Very much goodbye. And hopefully this doesn't dump us back into silver. All right, so let's go one more go. Yeah, this is a, you know, if you've never played a Storm deck, it's a lot of fun to play Storm sometimes because it just works your magic brain in a way that you're normally not used to. There's a lot of times where you're like, I think I can go off this turn, and then you just start throwing together a bunch of cantrips, and next thing you know, you're dealing a bunch of damage. Yes, I like this. This is really good. We've got Ral Zarek, we've got Neheb, Shimmer Possibility, Goblin Electromancer. We're going to keep on this one. And just being able to get Neheb online and dealing that damage and adding that mana to your mana pool is a really good thing. So let's go and lead off with Stevens. We're going to have that come into play tapped and then pass the turn. Yeah, to the chat out there, is there any the new commanders that you're excited about from War of the Spark that you're thinking about building? I'd love to hear about it because, you know, I get into this, not groove or whatever you want to call it, but, you know, I build commander decks for the channel, so I don't really, like, it's kind of like my magic job to build commander decks. So usually I don't, like in the past, I would pick out 1 or 2 commanders to build like that just for fun. And so, I don't know, it's always kind of cool to hear what sort of commanders like pique certain people's interest as far as like, oh yeah, I can't wait to build this. So if there's a commander you're building, I'd like to see that in the chat. It'd be pretty cool to see that. I think at this point, we're going to try to set up a Neheb. I mean, we've got 1,000-Year Storm, Neheb, Ral Zarek, so we're set up pretty good. So we're going to hold on to Charter Course and Shimmer Possibility. So we're simply just going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. I've had a lot of fun playing Fibblethip. That was one of those commanders where I was like, well, we'll see how this goes. And if we're running into Wilderness Reclamation, I feel like we're walking into a counter spell. So we really want Neheb to stick. So let's see if we can't go for Ral Zarek. If Ral Zarek sticks, I feel pretty good about getting Neheb. If they counter it, great. All right, so we are going to get Ral Zarek to stick. So let's go for the +1. I keep wanting to call him Ral Zarek, but it's Ral Storm Conduit. And then Sulfur Falls, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, well, we'll keep that on top. That'll definitely be our next lane drop for next turn. And we'll see what else they have. You know, one of the things about Wilderness Reclamation is, okay, Blink of an Eye. Okay, good. Let's go and get the Blink of an Eye out of the way before we go for 1,000-Year Storm. But playing against Wilderness Reclamation it's kind of one of those cards where I'm like, oh yeah. Because you can get the double triggers like this, and they hit an expansion or explosion, and that ends up being some pretty difficult magic sometimes. Let's go Sulfur Falls, and let's try Neheb. I think we're good with that. Because sometimes, you know, some of these teamer opponents, they get into spots where they've got Wilderness Reclamation, they've got a lot of good stuff, and then they just, you know, kind of don't have any sort of value in the late game or mid game. Blink of an Eye, okay. As long as we're going to keep going for blink of an eye, we'll keep trying to get our stuff done. Now, if we don't hit the land drop next turn, we'll probably go for Shimmer or Chart, of course. Oh, nice. Yeah, we have Nicol Bolas sleeved up. I did pick up some of the cards for that. So our opponent's going to go for their very own Ral Zarek and start working towards some scry stuff. Oh, look at that. Now, you know you're worried with Wilderness Reclamation if they start adding mana. That's something you got to watch out for. So unfortunately, we don't hit the land, but I still think I like going for the Neheb line of play, because worst case scenario, we can just dump all 5 or 6 cards in our hand, and that'll be enough. Sinister Sabotage, okay. Alright, so they're going to deal that 1 damage to us. Ral Zarek's sitting at a 6 for them, so we'll go and let that resolve. Hopefully next turn we hit the land drop, then we can go for 1,000-Year Storm. They are only sitting at 1 more card in their hand, so if we can get 1,000-Year Storm to stick, then we might be able to kind of chain some stuff together. One of the cool things about this deck is, we're trying to storm with Shock, but you can go for Shock, then you go for Shimmer. That's going to be double Shimmer, so you can get some pretty good stuff going. This started out as kind of like a Teamer Storm deck. It's kind of using the Wilderness Reclamation, but it's shifted a little bit more into kind of blue-red, so kind of happy with where it's at. So hopefully they've got nothing good in the hand, and we hit our land drop for the turn. Come on, Magic Gods. After we got hit with that Elder spell, the Magic Gods always... Alright, so we don't hit a land, and I think we just go Shimmer of Possibility, because we need to dig as deep as possible. There we go. Mountain... We could go for Finale of Revelation, if we wanted to. That'll be just drawing into 1. Yeah, I think we just play it safe and just grab... Because that'd be us taking off another turn. Yeah, let's just go and grab Mountain. So we're going to grab Mountain. That's going to enter the battlefield. And we'll try to go for this 1,000 years. Actually, no, we got Ral Zarek we can go for. So if they've got that last counter spell, they'll definitely want to stop that. So let's go Ral Zarek. Let's go for the +1. And that's the good thing about some of these. Oh, yeah. Well, we'll play that next, Paul. Chart of Course. Yeah, I think we'll keep Chart of Course, because it's definitely a good thing to have on top. Oh, okay, Ship's Caretaker. How's Tiana? That's one of those commanders that I meant to build her, and I was like, oh yeah, she's kind of got real low on the list. Whenever all equipment you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you return that card to its owner's hand. That's pretty cool. No, some of those cards from Dominaria, man, I just did not have the time to do it. So yeah, let's go for this 1,000-Year Storm. Yeah, if that last card is a counter, oh, there we go. So we're going to get 1,000-Year to stick. Let's go for the +1. That's going to scry 1. And they've got triple Wilderness Reclamation. We're going to go and hold on to this Lightning Strike, because at this point we've got some pretty good mana. Now, if we had Goblin Electromancer, that'd be really good, but we will not be beggars on this one. We've got a lot of good cards in the hand to hopefully try to storm off this turn. Nope, no heavy-set beard over here. Not at all, so I'll take the compliment, though. Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, I'm always got the little bit of the military haircut. Yes, Paul, the stream will be on YouTube. I don't know how to get it on there, or I'm gonna try to rip it off and splice it up a little bit. But yes, the entire stream will be cataloged. And Gift of Paradise. Okay, now hopefully our opponent's not about to go off this turn. They did rip a Chemist's Insight and draw a bunch of... Oh no. The only good thing is we don't have to worry about Nexus of Fate. And if they're about to... Oh, we're about to go off this turn. If we get hit... Oh, man, this is going to be... This is going to be pretty rough. Yeah, Paul, we'll play the Rakdos 8 rack here in a little bit, because that's a really fun... Whenever I lose a bunch, that's the deck I always go play, so... Oh, no. We're about to go off last turn. Dang it. Okay, so our opponent's going to get it. Well fought. Look at that. Draw 20 cards. That's going to put us down to -1. So we tried to win with Ral Zarek. I think we're going to go one more go. I want to get some Storm really bad. So we're going to one more go with the Ral Zarek Storm. And if we don't storm off, then we're going to switch over to Mardu, definitely. So, and I'm trying to keep track of what we've played so far. So we've played Ral Zarek Storm. We've played Sultai Control, and then we played UB Tesar. So, yeah, that I always hate it. I mean, that's Magic. You get to a certain turn to where you've got more than enough stuff. Do we have Finale of Revelation? Yeah, let's go on Mulligan. Not super wild about this one. And we'll keep on this one. It's funny because with this storm deck, I play it all the time, and I get some really good storm stuff. And when you put it on stream, it's like, All right, we're definitely going to leave mountain on top. We go island, and yeah, we're going to leave up op. We'll do it in our opponent's turn. We've got double in the head, which is not the best thing, but you know, at the end of the day, if we can get to 4 mana and start filtering our library out, that'd be pretty good. So we're going to go for op. Let's go draw that mountain. And we'll get down Sulfur Falls for next turn. All right, mission briefing. Okay. So let's go. Yeah, we could go for mission briefing just to kind of be a little aggressive with opt. But let's at least just wait until next turn if we want to try to maybe hit an island and go for opt. So we're just going to go and pass the turn over to our opponent. Yeah, we have Nicol Bolas Grixis. I haven't played that in a good while, and that's just a fun Planeswalker deck. Oh man, I love it. Do we have a mission briefing just to surveil and to set up the top part of it? No, let's just wait. Let's see if we get lucky. All right, so we run into lightning strike. So we go mountain. And that is the only thing we have down there. So we'll go and pass the turn. We'll probably end up going mission briefing just to set up, make sure we hit the land drop for next turn. Because if we get down the head, kind of start filtering through there, and that'll definitely make a difference. Hey, Paul, thank you very much. I really appreciate you saying that. And yeah, just since we are playing against Sultai, you know, and I'll kind of hit on that here in just a second. Chart of Course, let's go and put that in the graveyard. We're going to click Steam Vents on top of our library. Chart of Course, we'll make opt the one we can flash back, but we're just really just digging for a land at this point. So we'll let Jade Light Rangers stick. But yes, thank you for saying that, Paul. So one of the things about making videos or making content is sometimes like little comments like that, they go a very long way. You know, it always kind of puts a smile on my face when I read it. And if I'm having a bad channel day, I'm always reminded. I'm not saying like I need to be showered with comments, but it's just always nice to hear stuff. So, you know, if you ever have something out there besides me that you really enjoy, make sure you let them know, because that's always something that's kind of like, yeah, cool. Because sometimes, even though you shouldn't do this, but like the negative comments or the mistake comments, they come sometimes in your head, they weigh heavier than the positive comments. So I've gotten a lot better about trying to keep the positive comments like, I don't know, it's always a nice thing to see. So, the best of two with these, some of these decks, like with this Storm deck, you know, once they side in enchant removal, it's going to be really hard to, really kind of hard to deal with some of that stuff. A lot of these decks are pretty much made for 1v1, best of 1 arena, and my thing about that is I really enjoy best of 1 arena. You know, I played a lot of, when Magic Online first came out, you played what was called, what was it called? It was basically the kitchen table version of Magic, and I think it's called Classic. It was called Classic, and when you play Classic, it was always best of 1, and it was basically what best of 1 arena is right now. And I really enjoyed that because you have a lot of goofy stuff that you run into, and you wouldn't see any tiered stuff, and it was always a lot of fun. So that's I kind of like best of 1 Magic. It feels like it. You know, you don't have the best sideboarded deck and different things like that, but it makes for some good Magic. So let's go and pay 2 life, and let's go into Heb, and we're going to try to get some good value going pretty soon. With Oathbreaker, I've seen a lot about that, and I haven't, you know, I would love to brew for it, but there's no way to play on Magic Online. If you could, I would start doing that. The thing that I'm really excited about is, and I'll go and talk about, is Brawl on Arena. You know, that's something I've heard it's in the works, but Brawl on Arena, man, that's, as soon as they get Brawl, that's gonna be a ton of fun. I can't wait. I mean, it's gonna be, you know, best of 1 arena is very fun, and that's why I love 1v1 Commander, because the games are always, you know, semi. It feels like you got to get in a good game of Magic. That's what it always feels like. Let's go into Heb again. We go Mountain. I think we just want to get rid of this Jade Light Ranger. Or do you want to save it? Yeah, we'll go and get rid of this Jade Light Ranger just to make sure we can clear the way. That way, if they get another creature down, we can at least swing in and get that in a Heb trigger. Now, we'll only have maybe 2 cards in the hand, which is not the best, but we'll try. So with Oathbreaker, to my knowledge, I think this is what it is. So I think you can have a creature or planeswalker and then a signature spell in the command zone. All right, Assassin's Trophy. That's, yeah, we'll definitely take that. Grab ourselves an island. And I think that's what it is. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But if they were to put it on Magic Online or Arena, I would definitely do that, because Planeswalkers, to me, I feel like Planeswalkers are okay to be a commander. I just think that's, I don't know, I think it'd add an interesting element to the game. You know, there are a few Planeswalkers you would have to ban, you know, just because they can do certain things that you normally wouldn't want, but I think it's pretty good. With negate on top of their library, let's just go and go lightning strike because that 4/3 is going to be about a 4-turn clock, and if we can get rid of that and maybe they don't have another creature to deploy out, we'll feel pretty good. The only downside with negate is that's really going to cut us off 1,000-year storm. So, yeah, but it's going to go for J-Light Ranger. But yeah, I feel like Planeswalkers would be definitely a fun, like whenever I got into Commander, I got in during Return to Rabbit. Oh, there we go in the hip. I really enjoyed Vraska as a Planeswalker. And I just always thought, man, it would be so fun to build a Planeswalker around her. And yeah, she might not work out too well with doubling season, but I feel like there's crazier things out there that people are worried about in Commander than that. Yeah, I can see that. And that's like basically my whole thing with there being Planeswalkers. There would need to be some balancing in there. Okay, that's what I thought. Thank you, Dylan. Thank you for clarifying that. Oh, Paul, I'll explain my... Oh, so let's go ahead and push in... Do we want to swing in with Neheb to try to build up a few more... Yeah, let's go and swing in with Neheb. Because that's just going to be 3, and they can't really stop at this turn. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and swing in at our opponent, I think? Or do we want to swing in... Yeah, either way, I forget that Neheb can get the trigger, too. So we're going to go and swing at Vraska, just kind of start working towards some of her loyalty stuff. All right, so we'll knock her down to 1. And then, yeah, I think we're just going to hold on to Shimmer Possibility. And we'll simply just going to go and pass the turn. So as far as brewing, there's a couple different ways that I go for the Commander deck. I would like Fibblethip. That's going to be like... With Fibblethip, it's pretty much open on what you want to do. Like, I immediately knew that I didn't want to go Staff, reanimate, not Reanimator, but, Polymorph or whatever. And so, the only other thing that Fibblethip does really well is it enters the battlefield and draws a card. So, now that we have that isolated, enter the battlefield, draw a card, what are the ways that we can amplify that Commander's power? That's pretty much what I'm always looking at when I build a Commander deck, is how can I amplify this power? And so you can see where we get Fibblethip, we add in Conjurer's Closet, we add in Panharmonicon, we add in Alhamoret's Archive, we get double card draw. Next thing you know, the deck just kind of slowly puts itself together. Then you throw in Sai. So that's just kind of like this top-down building where, I had this idea, and then we let the cards fall in place. There's other cards like decks like Lord Windgrace, where it's just kind of like we need to have a really good foundation for them. So I'll do a lot. Oh man, they hit our Shimmer Possibility. I was hoping to save that for Neheb, but yeah, it just kind of depends on what I'm trying to do with the deck, And there's sometimes where I don't want to get too crazy with the Commander, like way far out there where it doesn't work that well. Like whenever I built Ishkana, like I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go Spider Tribal and it'll be fun. And hey, what's up, Alex? And then oh. I'm trying to remember let's go and swing it with the head real quick. Sorry, I saw the chat. I forgot where I was going. But yeah, there's sometimes where I don't want to get too nutty with the command. Oh, Ishkana. I'll finish that in a second. Yeah, let's go and push in at our opponent. At this point, it's just going to be hard for us to build up any... I guess we could get rid of Opt if we wanted to. But yeah, with Ishkana, I was like, let's just go Spider Tribal. And I didn't really do a lot of playtesting. And on paper, it sounded like it'd be good. And it was like a very miserable experience. And I very much agree to hate Ishkana. But after that, I figured out that Ishkana works out better. It's basically just kind of like a token build. So sometimes I just have different ideas for things that I want to do. And then once you kind of start playtesting, then it just kind of happens. So, but yeah, not necessarily a set way that I build my decks. But basically, I'll just get an idea. And then I just start kind of like building bricks around that idea until it turns into like a little commander house where all the little commander cards live. And there's other times where I just, like with Fibblethip, like... his art, like he's in the middle of a war. I just wanted to, I want to build this deck that's so chaotic that even Fibblethip enters the battlefield. He's like, what did I just walk into? So that was another thing that I was going for. So opponent's going to get the Wild Growth Walkers going, and this is not looking too good for Storm right now because we can't even push past our opponents. We might end up going for Opt at the end of our turn just to try to set something up. They can actually just go for Negate. So let's see what else is... Steam Vents, going to put that on the bottom, and we'll switch over Mardu 8 rack because we, yeah, Super Wesley 64. So, for those of you who don't know, I got a new puppy. His name is Sturgill. He's a blue healer, and he's definitely cut into my magic time. So, anytime that I think that he's finally like settled down and he's going to be really calm and quiet, that's when he starts barking, or that's when he like he'll just look at me and like pee on the floor. I'm like, oh. All right, so we do hit 1,000-Year Storm, but that's just gonna run into that negate. I think we just scoop it up and move on to another deck. Unfortunately, we didn't get any storm action for you, but we got other decks to go for. My favorite commander, it'd have to be, I've got a few different favorite commanders, so let me think about that for a second. So let's switch over to that Mardu 8 rack. I think that's what we had coming up next. So let's go Mardu 8 rack. This is one of those decks that whenever we lose, we play a lot. Favorite commander would have to be the Church of Athreos, and the reason for that is it was like the second or third deck that I built for my channel like 3 or 4 years ago, and just to see what I've turned it into, it's just kind of a really cool thing. And there's just so many different ways you can win with that deck too. I mean, it's Aristocrats, you can just fun. So we've got Isolated Chapel, Sacred Foundry, Mountain, Cleansing Nova. Yeah, we've got Light Up the Stage. We'll keep on this one. I like it. And then look at our... It always makes you laugh whenever... Not laugh, you know. If you're on Arena, you can do this. They have them there. But when that matching avatar and the matching guild pack cards, I always feel like it's like a pro wrestler just like staring us down. But I have to say Athreos is my... Yep, there you go. You got it. Athreos would be my favorite. Outside of that, man, I really enjoy playing... Let me get my Excel sheet popped up because... I looked the other day and I've got so many commanders that it's just hard to keep keep track sometimes, because there's certain commanders that I just love playing, and it helps if I just look at my list. So Athos is definitely one of my favorite. And then actually Azor, Banhammer, he is a ton of fun. Let's go Isolated Chapel. Now I think next time we're going to try to stick this Mind Rot. Azor's a lot of fun just because I love drawing cards and gaining a lot of life. And so Zor's definitely up there. Just being able to have Sphinx Revelation on a stick, that always ends up being a lot of fun. DJ Locust, the Locust God, that's one of those, it's kind of like my fast food commander deck. Like, it never gets old playing the Locust God, because it just there's just so many times where, like, if we don't hit something this turn, we're going to lose next turn, and then you hit like one wheel effect, and next thing you know, there's like 30 insect tokens on the battlefield, and your opponent's like, well, okay, I was going to win that one. Oh, nice. I need to play, so with Karametra Bugs, I need to go back to that. And I need to, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go back to that Karametra deck, because that I always had a lot of fun playing that. And it could definitely use a little bit of an update. I think that'd be pretty cool. Now, our opponent did end up taking Mind Rot. So let's go Mountain. We could go for Carnival, but they don't have a creature. Yeah, that's not going to work. So let's just straight up just go for a Light Up the Stage. Hopefully we hit a couple different land drops. All right, Clifftop Retreat, and we get that down next turn. We do need to find one more black source semi-quick. That way we can at least, you know, go for Bedevil or something like that. But yeah, Karametra Bugs. I need to go back and do that, because that was really fun. I think one day, I don't know why I stopped playing it, but... I wanted to change, that's what it was. I changed Karametra into Karametra Walls, and then Arcades came out like a month later. I was like, okay. Let's go Clifftop Retreat. We can at least go for Carnage. Yeah, so let's go Carnage up top. We're going to deal that 3 damage to our opponent, make them discard 2 cards, and then whatever sort of plan they're trying to build, hopefully we can just keep this going. This is what makes this deck fun, is you can just tap out 4 mana for a Carnage and just punch them in the face and make them discard a couple cards. Oh, nice. I need to, so fun, the werewolf deck, that's for my wife. It's my wife's birthday deck. I do need to play it more, but that was the one card that she requested. She always, for some reason, she loves that deck. And then let's see what else. So oh, Brutaclad. Brutaclad is definitely one of my favorite commander decks. Yeah, because I don't necessarily have a favorite commander deck. It's like trying to pick your favorite kid. You have ones that you may I don't have. You may have ones that you may favor more, but yeah, I always have just basically an assortment of commanders that I really enjoy. But with Brutaclad, that's a really fun. You just end up with some really fun board states. All right, so opponent's going to go for Thought Erasure and take our last Carnage, which I really enjoy. And since we don't have another black source, we're simply just going to have to pass the turn to our opponents. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can find ourselves into a Planeswalker, and that'll really kind of amplify it. And let's go over here. So, in Depala Demolition Derby, that's one of those commanders that I really enjoy playing. I don't play it enough, but It just makes like if you can win because DePaul is really hard to win with. I mean, it's you're playing vehicles and you're playing dwarfs, so you're already behind, and you're playing Boros, so it's kind of like, and I don't enjoy playing Boros, but if you can pull a DePaul win, that is one of the best feelings out there. Okay, so we don't hit another black source, but we're still set up for a pretty good amount of stuff. So let's just go and pass the turn to our opponent. And that's the other good thing is you get in this stack to where, you know, if you're just ripping non-land cards, pretty much everything in here kills something on the board. So you're pretty much set to deal with stuff. So we've got DePaula, Niv Mezzin. Okay, so they're going to be able to grab a bunch of stuff. Do we want to go for Mortify? Yeah, let's go Mortify. That way, just in case we need to hold on to final payment. So we're going to get rid of Niv Mezzin. And then hopefully we don't get hit too hard. So they're going to get a Knight of Autumn. They're going to get Thought Erasure and then Hostage Taker. So let's see what they end up grabbing out of. That's a pretty good little pile. Oh, that's very interesting. So basically they're kind of playing like 5 color. Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, so let's see what our opponent's going to take. They're going to take Thought Erasure and Knight of Autumn. All right, so we don't hit another land, and then we're simply just going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. So we'll see what they end up grabbing with Thought Erasure. And let's see who else. I always enjoy playing Grinzo. Grinzo was one of the very first decks that I built, and that was, I don't know, it's just fun going for those blind fires. Oh, with the, yeah, the art on Carnage is really gnarly looking. Some of my favorite Magic artists. Now, here's the downside. I'm horrible at remembering names. You may hear me butcher a lot of Magic card names before. It's hard to remember names, but Seb McKinnon stuff is just really good looking. And I know he's one of the more popular Magic artists, but the fact that he's kind of, you know, and here it is right here. You can see that Bedevil art. The fact that, and then on Growth Spiral too, I'd probably have to say him because, I mean, just look at these two different things, you know. We're looking at Bedevil. You can see the huge, wonderful contrast with black-red. And, oh, yeah, let's go for this Mind Rot. We're going to make our opponent discard 2 cards. We're just trading Thought Erasures and double him to Turox right now, and I'm really enjoying this. But, yeah, Seb McKinnon, and there he is on Mind Rot, too, so just looks really good. I would have to look at a few of the other card art because there's a lot of card art that I really enjoy. In fact, let me look at Grizzly Salvage. See who did that. Because that is one of my favorite cards. A Dave Kindle. Yeah, Grizzly Salvage, just the black green. I love cards that really make you feel you like know what that card is. Like Grizzly Salvage, just black green. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we just need one more black source. So we'll just go and pass the turn. Now, if we can finally find that second black source so we can deal with these double chromatic lanterns, that'll kind of cut off their little 5-color game plan at this point. So hopefully we can hit that at some point. And let's see, let's get some of the my other favorite commanders pulled up. Yeah, pretty much any sort of aristocrat decks. It's always fun to play. Mogus God of Metal, that's another one of those commander decks that it's really hard to get a win sometimes if, you know, because I don't like to build. All right, light up the stage. We're just going to straight up just rip this light up the stage and just try to hit a black source. All right, there we go. Okay, so we go Blood Crypt, and we're going to go ahead and pay 2 life. Our opponent has no board state develop, and if we need to go for final payment, then we can go for final payment. So we're going to go and shock in Blood Crypt. They know that final payment's going to be coming. Oh, Muldrotha. So I love Sultai, I love Graveyard. Muldrotha is, oh, that's some good magic. All right, so opponent's going to get down Niv Mezzin. We're going to go ahead and jam this final payment right now just to kind of nip it. So we're going to pay this 5 life. And that's the other cool thing about this deck is we are pretty aggressive with our life total because we just want to put our opponent in top deck mode. And then once they're in top deck mode, we can hopefully close the game out. So we're going to go for final payment. We're going to allow them to cash in an extra card draw. But we'll see what we can run into. Sacred Foundry. Okay, so if we end up going Sacred Foundry, we can get rid of Chromatic Lantern. We need to use Bedevil before it goes away. Yeah, I think we do. Let's go and go Bedevil and Chromatic Lantern. And we've got a bunch of Planeswalkers in here, so if we can rip into one of these Planeswalkers sometime soon, let's go and have that enter the battlefield tap, then we'll go and pass the turn. Oh, Goblin Lackey, yeah. So with Goblin Lackey, he looks really good, but the original Goblin Lackey, if you look up the old art, it looks like he's at a kid's Goblin's birthday party, and he's like peeking around the corner because somebody mentioned cake, and that's all I think about every time I see that. Yeah, well, let's go for a light up the stage again, I think. Yeah, let's go for that. Hoping it's some Planeswalkers pretty soon. Now, if we do run into the Shadow Mage, we can at least get him down this turn. All right, so we go Clifftop Retreat. And then, yeah, do we want to stick a bit? Yeah, we've got just an embarrassment of just removal spells. So let's go Bedevil on Chromatic Lantern. We just, if we can't kill our opponent's creatures, we at least want to get rid of that 5-color effect that they do have. So we're going to get rid of Chromatic Lantern, and then we'll go and pass the turn over to our opponent. So we got Vraska's Contempt, Bedevil, and Kaya's Wrath. So as soon as we can get a Planeswalker like Angrath, then we'll be in a pretty good spot. Yeah, the old school Goblin Lackey, if you want to get a good laugh, look at that card. I mean, it's just such a... I mean, it's a really cool effect, but it's just, I don't know, it's a goofy looking dude. I really enjoy the chain art one. That one looks really good. All right, so we're just going to get a threat down. We're going to go Doom Whisper. Since we are seeing it at 12, maybe we want to get a little aggressive with Doom Whisper. We're going to have this enter the battlefield tapped, and then we're going to go and pass the turn. I don't think we're worried about any sort of a burn spell from our opponent, so we might pay 2 life and kind of dig for at least some sort of Planeswalker threat to get down. I think we might end up doing that, especially if they have some sort of spot removal to use. All right, they're going to go for their own Bedevil. Yeah, let's go for... We've got double Vraska's Contempt, so we can be a little aggressive on this one. Oh, there we go. All right, so this is going to be Angrath on. I knew they were hanging around somewhere. So we're going to grab Angrath, and we'll leave Shadow Mage on top, because that'll really allow us to put in some pretty good work. Hi, Crazy Gamer. And if you heard a bark, that is Sturgill. He wants to know what I'm doing, why I'm not playing with him. So he always likes to sit at the gate and bark at me. So hopefully... It is live. Yeah, I need to do more live stuff. It's just, you know, I do a lot of Commander stuff in the morning, like artwork and editing and different things like that. And so when I get home from work, it's just kind of like my chill out time. And it's not that I don't want to stream. It's just, man, you know, it's just kind of one of those, like, I want to make sure I'm doing a good show for everybody, or at least kind of putting on a good stream. So that's kind of why I don't stream a lot of the times. Going to do a lot of recording. All right, so opponent enter the God Eternals, okay. And then we still have Bedevil on. All right, so we're pretty much exactly where we want to be. Opponent is basically in top deck mode. They've got 1 card left. And then we can just keep plussing up on Angrath. You know, it's really fun from our point of view to see that hammer come flying across every single turn. That always, I know that would get pretty annoying if I'm in top deck mode. But we still have Shadow Mage on top, so once we end up going for that... Oh, no. Okay, so we're going to have to sacrifice Angrath. At least this has been a pretty good grindy match so far. And then we'll start to cash in a little bit of extra damage too. So, and whatever they try to get down, we've got more than enough answers in the hand. So, oh, nice. So a blue healer. Oh no, Hydroid Krasis. Well, we do have an answer for Hydroid Krasis. And yeah, we're gonna go. Do we want to go for Vraska's? Them being tapped out. Yeah, we've got more than enough for Vraska's Contempt next turn. We could use it for a Planeswalker, but we've got a lot of stuff we can go for. And I kind of want to get that life gain going. So we're going to exile Hydroid Krasis. And let's go Rogue Shadow Mage. And I'll talk about Sturgill here in just a second. Oh man, I got super worried that it auto-tapped all of our black mana. Let's go and make our opponent discard a card. And that's the good thing about Shadow Mage is you can just, we got multiple copies. You just keep ticking it down. You can play one in the same turn, just really attack their hand. So I have a blue healer, and he is half Rottweiler, half blue healer. So what it is it was a rescue. Somebody dumped the mom dog off at one of our family friend's house. Well, not at her house, but she does rescue dogs, and somebody had dumped the mom dog off in a neighborhood, and so she took the dog in, and like a week before she gave birth to puppies, and then some sort of rescue group out of Illinois got in contact, and they sent her all the stuff through Amazon, and so they would have just kind of like wine and puppy nights, and that was always a lot of fun. So we'd go over there as soon as they could open their eyes. So I've been holding Sturgill since he was a little puppy and had horrible puppy breath. And I don't know, I always liked him because he was like, he looked like he had the body of a baked potato, like a potato, and just like with little legs. He's just a little short, fat dude. And so, I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. He looked like a little Saint Bernard with his kind of patch over there. So that's what drew me to him, and he's been a really nice dog so far. You know, he does puppy things sometimes, but other than that, he's a really good. All right, so we're gonna be able to catch a Niv Mizzet Reborn, and let's go for Kaya. I'm going to go for the +1 and just really start attacking their graveyard. And this deck is a very grindy deck, and I love it, and it's a lot of fun. So at this point, we're going to try to get rid of the high-impact creatures, just in case they have a way to bring stuff back. So we're going to get rid of Niv Mizzet, and let's get rid of Hydroid Krasis. Where are you, buddy? No, we exiled Hydroid Krasis, so we'll get rid of that next Niv Mizzet. All right. The other cool thing with Kaya is that we get that ultimate with 5. There's a lot of times where you keep going for the +up with Angrath and different things like that, to where you can just kind of go for a quick little Kaya activation and close the game out. All right, it's going to be 2 more damage, puts him down to 9. And then hopefully we can just set it and forget it. Yeah, he's a very good boy. I take him to work with me. I work a warehouse job, so all right, Potus gonna scoop it up. I take him to work with me in the mornings, and then I go out on route sometimes, and so I drop him off at the house, and usually around lunchtime, he's already ready for a nap anyway. And so he hangs out in the kennel until I get off work, and then we go for walks and a bunch of fun stuff. We'll see what the reward is. Steadfast Armor Sword. All right, so we're going to go for another Angrath. Hopefully we can get that pack. So if you're keeping score at home, we're going to keep our fingers crossed that we can get an extra win to get that pack. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun because we've had a cat for a very, very, very long time. We've had Dorothy, and it's interesting having a dog because you have to coordinate on, me and my wife, we need to do this, you need to do this, and you need to be with Sturgill. Like, she's watching Sturgill right now. He's not at the point where, actually, let's resolve our opening hand. So Blood Crypt, Clifftop Retreat. Yeah, I like this, Yeah, we can keep on this one. We can make this work. Hopefully we get lucky and get a little bit of card advantage, something like light up the stage, hit another thing. But getting down a quick little Cayenne, I don't know, it's kind of buys you a little bit extra time. But yeah, he's just at that stage to where he just wants to play all the time. So I know when he gets to be a tired, sleepy older dog, it's going to be really nice. But yeah, it's fun having a dog. We've had a cat for so long that we just leave stuff out, like leave extra food out for the cat if we're gone for a day, and it's nice having a dog because when I get home, I pet Dorothy and she's really nice and she's happy to see me. But then after about a minute, she's like, okay, I'm going to go lay back down on the carpet. And I'm like, okay, I'm glad to see you too. And then there's other times where, I get home and I see Sturgill and he's like, I call him Piggy Boy. And let's go for the +1. Exile up to 2 cards from a graveyard. We're going to hit 0 off that because our opponent has no cards in the graveyard. But I call him Piggy Boy because when he gets out of the kennel, he like kind of curls up and he like runs this little circle thing and he kind of makes these piggy noises. So call him Piggy Boy. Yeah, Sturgill, he very much enjoys chewing on things, and since he's blue healer, he really wants to chew on like heels and like different things like that. If I'm putting socks on, it's nearly impossible to do socks. And then let's see, let's go for the +1. We're gonna go ahead and plus up. Let's go and exile the Thought Erasure. There we go. And then let's go Isolated Chapel. And I think, yeah, we can just go and go for a Carnage. It's going to be 3 damage up top. Yeah, I like going for that. Let's go for the 3 damage to our opponent. It can make them discard 2 cards. It looks like we're playing against Esper Control, so that'd be a good way to kind of get some cards out of their hands. But yeah, just teaching him not to, yeah, we call him Piggy Boy, and if he does anything bad, he's like, Piggy Boy. There's some bushes by the house, so we call him Bush Boy if he runs into the bushes and it's hard to get him out. There's a creek by my house, so if he runs over to the creek, I call him Creek Boy. But it's fine calling him Creek Boy because he likes to drink out of the creek, and I figure, maybe I'm a dog. I want to drink, see what creek water tastes like, so I let him drink out of the creek. He seems to enjoy that, so I'll call him Creek Boy if he does that. And I don't know, it's just it's fun coming up with different things that he goes for. Cleansing Nova, we could. Let's just see if our opponent's going to get a few more things out there. I think I kind of like just going down Super Secret Kaya. Yeah, let's do for that. All right, so we're going to go Kaya. Let's go for the +1. And we're just going to keep exiling stuff out of the graveyard and catch that Chemist's Insight, which is a really good thing. They're not going to be able to flash that back. Feel good about that. And then pass it back over there. Piggy Boy, we do call him Litter Boy because if you don't have a dog and a cat, one of the things that they enjoy doing is eating cat poop sometimes. And I'm like, Sturgill, don't do that. Let's go for the Cleansing Nova. That way we can get Kaya back. So we're going to destroy all artifacts and enchantments. There we go. And we're just going to keep exiling stuff out of the graveyard. Conclave Tribunal. There we go. It's always nice to have a clean graveyard playing this deck. And this is one of the fun things about Kaya is we're just kind of not necessarily dirtling right now, but there's just a lot of times where we're going to be able to keep their graveyard in check and make sure something like Chemistry Insight doesn't happen. So Bota's going to go Narset, Partner of Veils. So I think might end up going, but Conclave Tribunal is what they grab. And then we hit a Dragon Skull Summit. So let's go. They don't know about the Super Secret Cleansing Nova. So we go Dragon Skull Summit. Yeah, I think we go Bedevil on Narset. That way we can at least exile it and put another card in exile. Yeah, when he eats cat poop, I'm like, Sturgill, no. And he's like, he looks so happy. He's like, I gotcha. And it's just like, I'm like, don't do that, Sturgill. So anyway, I call him Litter Boy if he eats cat poop. And the other day, we had some friends over for Game of Thrones weekend. And there's a tortilla that I got left outside on the ground. And he was across the yard and he started to eat that tortilla. And I think, do we go Shadow Mage? I think I like that. Yeah, let's go Shadow Mage. Let's go, and then we're going to make our opponent discard that last card in their hand. All right, that's going to be 2 damage. Put him down to 15. We can still end up going Cleansing Nova for Conclave Tribunal, and that'll really... Oh. Let's go for one more Shadow Mage activation. Oh, look at this. This is some good magic right here. I wish we could do the legendary thing. That'd be so good. And let's just go for Kaya. Maybe kind of, at this point in the game, when you get into the point where you got them in top deck mode, you want to get as much things going as once. So we're going to go for Kaya. Let's go and exile, Absorb, and Conclave Tribunal. Because, like I mentioned, if we get the Shadow Mage, 2 damage, and we end up getting that Kaya for -5, it'll be pretty quick. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else that he does that's kind of goofy. He likes hiding in the bushes, and he likes playing with tennis balls and soccer balls, but it just changes from day to day, which is not a bad thing. It's just a little bit of a bummer. All right, so we're going to go for the -1, make our opponent discard one more card, whatever that last one is. All right, and then we'll go for Super Secret Shadow Mage. And then we're going to go for Kaya. And you can see where you definitely want to have Angrath, but, you know, we can get it done with Kaya and Shadow Rogues. Pretty fun magic. Makes up for all those storm losses we ran into. I'm still bummed that we missed that last storm. That would have been pretty... Ooh. Alright, so opponent has Teferi. Now, if they end up going for the +1, that will allow them to draw a card, but we can at least get rid of it with Shadow Mage, and if it's a counter spell, so be it. We can at least just force the issue. In fact, 1, 2, 3... Yeah, let's go for the -1 first on our opponent. And that way we don't have to worry about a counter spell. Let's go Restless Contempt on Teferi. Because that'll put it in exile. And I think are we at 5 already? Oh, yeah, look at this. So we can go just straight up for a 5. And that's going to be exactly just enough because they got 11 cards in exile. Look at that. Put them all the way down to 0. That is some good Mardu 8 rack right there. We still even had 8 Mind Rot in the hand, too. So always feels good to get a clean win like that. But yeah, you know, it's times where you get down Kaya, and then you can just really kind of start going through that. So we do win a pack. Let's go and open that pack real quick. I'm like a pack fiend. And you can see my coins and gems. Whenever I can get enough for a new pack, I'm always just going, ooh, Finale of Glory. Okay, take that. I don't think we had that yet. And yeah, we'll go and hold on to those last. Let's go one more game with Mardu. And one of the fun things playing this deck is when you gain control of a creature, that ends up being and sacrificing. That's a pretty fun thing to do. But yeah, you know, and the other cool thing is, like with Dorothy, the cat, I don't get to, you know, we don't get to go on walks. We did try to buy her, we got her a cat leash, and it was very, she was like not wanting to have any part of that. But, you know, being able to take a dog for a walk, I take him in the mornings and at night, it's pretty fun. Now, would like to keep on this one with a black source, but really worried about we just sitting here parked on red source. So let's go and mulligan on this one. Yeah, we'll keep on this one because we've got Carnival if they get a creature down, and then I'll open us up for Light Up the Stage. So yes, well, glad we mulligan. We'll keep on this one. And let's go and put Doom Whisperer on the bottom. So hopefully we can get... well, I'm glad you're very happy, Paul. That is exactly what... that's everything you want in that deck. You're very grindy. Get a Kaya activation to close it out. That's what you're going for. And I think, just so we're not tempted to go for Carnival, let's just go and put Blood Crypt in play, tapped, and we'll go and pass the turn. I don't know, it's just kind of like, I'm not a huge fan of playing against Lantern Control, but it feels like you're playing a little bit of Lantern Control with this. So let's go Isolated Chapel, and then hopefully they get a creature down, and we can go for Carnival, and then Light Up the Stage, and get some good stuff moving. So we'll go Isolated Chapel, And we can just, yeah, we can just straight up just hard cast light up the stage right now. So we'll go for that. Oh, there we go. Looking at some land drops. Now that's the other cool, interesting interaction with this deck is that we can, once you go for Carnival, deal that 1 damage. That turns that Spectacle on for light up the stage. It really helps us push some pretty good stuff. Now it looks like we're playing against Golgari Ramp. So we'll see what that is. Let's go Clifftop Retreat. And I think at this point, we just go for a Mind Rot. Now, I'm not sure what they've got going on, but we're going to make them discard a couple different cards. And then, I think Sacred Foundry was this. Yeah, we already made the land drop. We should have played Sacred Foundry. That would have came out of Exile Zones. And that would have been a little bit better line of play to go for. I was thinking that we were going to end up going for a Carnage, but then I realized I want to save it for Light Up the Stage in our hand. All right, so we get rid of Wild Growth Walker and Mortify. All right, so looks like this is some sort of... Obzon style deck from our opponent. Yeah, we should have done the a little bit of a misplay on my part, but sometimes chatting and all right, yeah, Ralph, you should definitely get some sleep. I would, if it was 2 a.m. where I was at, I'd be like, oh, this is brutal. All right, so luckily we top deck another lane, so let's go for Angrath. We're gonna go for the +1 and just really start it. Oh yeah, I bet Paul's very happy right now seeing this Angrath come down. They're at 26 with that life game, but Angrath's not having any of that. They're going to get rid of all the cards in their hand. Then once we go for this Carnage, yeah, somebody mentioned the art earlier. The Carnage art's pretty, you stop and think about it for a second. That guy's about to have a pretty bad headache. That's not going to be good for them. The only thing we don't really want to see is Carnage Tyrant. If Carnage Tyrant, okay, good. Got worried about Carnage Tyrant coming down. So we have Sorin. +2 deals 1 damage to... Angrath, okay, yeah, that's fine. And the fact we can still end up going for Restless Contempt. So let's go for Angrath. And the fact that, there we go, lose 2 life, discard a card. The fact that that turns on Light Up the Stage, oh, that feels so good. I think we go Vraska's Contempt on Sorin. And we go Light Up the Stage. Yeah, I like that. We go Light Up the Stage, exile the top 2 cards of our library, Bedevil and Kaya. We get the land drop down for the turn. Yeah, and then we're simply just going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. So yeah, this is where you want to get your opponent. But yeah, staying up late. Shout out to Ralph. Staying up to 2 a.m. I couldn't do that. That's why I don't go to pre-releases anymore. Ooh, Bolus's Citadel. Okay, so unfortunately we've got, or thankfully for us, we've got Bedevil. So it looks like we're playing against the Bolus's Citadel combo deck. Now I've seen this before. I haven't played against it. And so if I goof up somewhere... you know what happened, but I think hopefully we can end up going for the Bedevil on the Citadel. No, wait, is it? No, it's not indestructible, so we can definitely get rid of that. So they're going to get the Explorer ability. Look at all these Explore creatures. Ah, that's pretty rough. Okay, so they got an entire board state developed now. Let's go Bedevil on Citadel. And do we want to go for Angrath? We can end up, there's no creatures. Yeah, there's 1 Wild Growth Walker, so we end up going, let's say we go Kaya. Yeah, I think I do that. We go Kaya because we can at least exile and gain a little bit of life. Because I think that's the main thing that we're doing right now. So going exile... Wild Growth Walker, and we'll exile Citadel. Gonna put us up to 22. And I think we want to go for... because they can get rid of Angrath next turn. I forget if we want to go for the -3 to gain control of one of these creatures and sacrifice it. Now, let's make this not a good thing for them. So we're going to go with the +1. Make them lose 2 life, and then discard a card. We'll have Blood Crypt enter the play tapped, and then we'll pass the turn. But yeah, it's fun to have a dog. Yeah, oh my gosh, that lounge. Because we had recorded on Saturday, and then when we recorded on Sunday, we were like, okay, we'll have some fun. And I don't know why, I just thought Chaos Wand and Paradox Engine would just win the game on the spot. It didn't. And it was just, oh, that was brutal. And so we've got Carnival. Yeah, let's go for the +1 on Kaya. That was, I mean, we were all didn't want to be there. And that's why I like the 2-minute mark, I was like, I'm sorry, everybody. I don't have my list up right now. I will try to get them to you in tomorrow's video. I'm going to be splicing this together, downloading my stream, or doing something with it. So I'll have my list available tomorrow as far as my arena stuff. Let's go and have this enter the battlefield tapped. And unfortunately, we need to hit a board wipe. We're sitting at 26, so we've got a little bit of wiggle room on this, so we can make this work. But yeah, I need to find somewhere where I can start posting my arena list, so people can kind of check it out. All right, so I'm going to go for Bond of Flourishing. Yeah, that lounge was, I don't know, it was just board wipe after board wipe, and then, there's only so much, if it was a paper Magic game and it was 2 hours, I don't think it would have been that bad. It's just the fact that when you're doing Commander, you're sitting here like this for like 2 hours, and then, you try to keep some conversation going, for sure. You definitely want to get conversation going, but, yeah, sometimes it's a little brutal. All right, so we've got the branch walkers and wild growth walkers swing in. Let's keep our fingers crossed for a board wipe. If you're keeping score at home, now would be the time. Kaya, we got super secret Kaya. All right, so we're gonna go for Kaya. And is there any more creatures that we can exile? I was hoping we could gain some life, but unfortunately we can't, and we can't get rid of any of these creatures. Let's go for the +1. Basically, just gonna start exiling stuff out of their graveyard. Get rid of double bonds of flourishing. And then we'll see if our opponent wants to swim. We're going to hold on to Carnival. That way maybe we can get Spectacle with a light up the stage. And, if they hold on to a card, then we can at least force them to get rid of it. But yeah, I'll start posting my list up. But yeah, that was a long one. And I feel bad because it was Mudsta's first lounge in a long time since he moved from the States back to Canada. And so I felt kind of bad that we put him back in there. But I did get that Trick Bind on Massacre Girl, so that felt pretty good. I always like to just do one Magic play where it's just kind of a shot at Mudsta. I know he enjoys it. All right, so we run into a land. That's going to be coming across. It's going to be 3, 6, 8. That's going to be 9. Yeah, we're going to put that into play tapped. Even if we just go for a Carnage just for 3 damage, it's not going to make a difference. So we're just going to hold on to it at this point because maybe we can somehow string together a Carnival or something. But it looks like our opponent might. Once they got down Citadel and just got down a ton of stuff, that was pretty hard for us to bounce back from once they develop. But let's see. Mind Rot. Okay. Yeah, we're dead next turn. We'll at least cast a few spells. We're going to go Mind Rot, make our opponent discard some cards, and then we're going to go for the Carnival and toss up the good game and then let them swing in. But that's how we got in 2 good games of Mardu. So, and actually, we're going to move onto Jeskai Planeswalker Dragons. that is fun. I played it the other day, and when you get Karn swinging in as a 4/4 dragon, Karn's probably not used to being a dragon, so it probably gets him a little worked up. Where are you, Jeskai? There we go, Jeskai Dragons. Actually, let's go and look at it real quick. That we can kind of get a quick picture at it. So we've got Cleansing Nova, of course, board wipes. We have Binding to deal with creatures on the battlefield. A little bit of kind of a Spell Slinger with Saheeli, being able to get some good Thopters. Deafening Clarion, kind of another board wipe. And then name of the game is Sarkhan, go for the +1, make into Fairy, and Karn turn into a bunch of dragons. But yeah, I think we're sitting good. Do we want to try to work in a Chemist's Insight? We could go for, yeah, you know what, let's do, I've been wanting to find a place for Finale, so let's back off 1 Deafening Clarion. Yeah, there we go. All right, so we click done. I do wish Pull from Tomorrow was in this standard. It'd be a cool thing to have that. Yeah, no problem. It's one of the, like I mentioned, it's one of those decks that whenever I lose a bunch, I play that. If I need to get one more arena win to get my arena pack, then I'll play that because it's just grindy and fun. And all right, so it's opening hand. We've got Deafening Clarion. Yeah, I like this. We're gonna keep Ralzeric. Yeah, this stream feels a lot better because the chair I'm sitting in has like better lumbar support. And so last time it's always like I was like hunched over. I was like, ugh. That's one where I Tyler, if you got a list, send it to me in a comment or something later. I'd love to check that out. That's one thing that I have. Like, I know there's a lot of Naya or even like Gruul walkers that you can build, but like I've never even sat down to go for it. Now, just in case we're running into Quench, I want this Optus stick, so we're just going to go for it now. 1, 2, Cleansing. Yeah, we're going to put that on the bottom because we have Deafening. If they're going to get low to the ground, I think we're okay. There we go. Sinister Sabotage. Always nice to have a counter spell. But yeah, if there's any sort of Naya or kind of Gruul Planeswalker deck you've been playing, I'd like to take a look at it. That's something I've been wanting to get going. So Sulfur Falls. Yeah, that'd be good. We got double Anticipate, so we can go for that during our opponent's turn. Now, we do see Goblin Electromancer, and we do see Grixis Colors with Drowned Catacombs, so we'll see what's in store for us. Night, Paul. Oh, good night, Paul. Yeah. Yeah, we'll get it going up for tomorrow. Hopefully you have a good one. Okay. All right, we got Goblin Electromancer swinging in for 2. Put this down to 18. And then Chart a Course. Okay, then it always feels good if you've got Chart a Course and you can just get some chip shot damage in with Goblin Electromancer. Oh, that feels good. And they're just kind of cycling through their deck with that Warlord Sphere. So let's go for an Anticipate. We've got Karn, Lava Coils, something that we can go. Yeah, I think I kind of like grabbing the Lava. Well, Rouse Eric might make a pretty big difference in this. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go Rouse Eric. If you can get Rouse Eric to stick in this deck, it is really good. Let's go Glacial Fortress. Now we can go for. We've got double Sinister Sabotage. Yeah, let's see if we can't catch something with Sinister Sabotage, because that sets us up next turn to where if something does bad happen, we go for Deafening Clarion. But I like leaving up Sinister Sabotage to maybe cast something, or if they've got a bigger spell they're waiting to kind of cash in. Ooh, this might be the God Eternal deck, where they're trying to go for the, deal some damage to us. I forget what Enter the God Eternals, I think that's what it's called, so it might be that. Oh, nice. Congratulations on the 2-month-old. Oh, and this Deafening Clarion's going to be really good. Yeah, I think we just let that stick. Um, I'm probably getting it, so it's 7:30 right now. I'm feeling pretty good, and we've got some more decks. Probably 9 o'clock is going to be about the latest I'm going to play. Let's go for one more Anticipate, and then we'll go for Deafening next turn. Yeah, maybe about 8:30, 9 o'clock, somewhere in there. And it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we need to make sure we're hitting the land drops. I'd like to grab a few of the other ones, but we want to get these land drops going. So Sulfur Falls. Yeah, let's go for Deafening Clarion. Let's see if this is going to deal 3 damage to each creature. And when you get one or more creatures with this, oh, do they have it? Okay, Radical Idea. Okay. All right, so I'm going to cash in a card draw. That's going to get rid of those, and that's going to set us up really nicely for Rouse Eric, and then we can find our way into Sarkhan and start swinging in. And then also, Tyler, bringing this up, I'd like to, I haven't announced it during my videos yet, but actually, let's, so Narset coming down. But speaking of 2 months old, my wife and I, we are expecting a child, so I'm really excited about that. So that's something that I've been dying to tell the channel, but when we're just kind of, want to make sure certain things are tests and different things that come back, positive. And but yeah, we're expecting a little girl in November, Thanksgiving baby. So you'll. So it'll be a very interesting couple months. So let's go routes there. I'm definitely still planning on doing the channel. So if you're worried about channel stuff, I'm still going to be doing it. I'll probably just have to back off just for a little bit until we can get the BB established. But yeah, I'm really excited about that. Let's go. Oh, no worry about it, Tyler. You don't have to do it right now. Just whenever you think about it, just leave a comment on a random video and leave the list. That'd be good. So I think at this point, we're just can we deal damage to, it'd be creature. Yeah, so let's go for the +1. Thank you. And then, oh yeah, Binding. I think the Binding's going to be a good option for us. That'll make sure that they can't keep casting Narset, and then we'll simply just going to go and pass the turn. Thank you, Carter. Yeah, my wife and I, we found out that she was pregnant. It was funny because we got in bed, and the first thing I do is pull up girl names, and she pulls up boy names. So she was team boy, I was team girl, and I was really happy. Oh, Nicol Bolas. All right, so we'll definitely be using Binding on Nicol Bolas to get rid of him and stop him. But yeah, I wanted a little girl really bad, and so we got the results back, and it was a little girl. I was extremely happy. I mean, I've always wanted a little girl. Whenever I've thought about having a kid, like as a younger, yeah, I know. No sleep. That's what I've constantly been told. So let's go for Binding. Yeah, on Nicol Bolas. We need to get rid of Nicol Bolas. Get out of here, partner. We don't need you. Not at this point. And we go Island, that way they don't know what's in our hand, and we'll pass it back over there. But yeah, I've always wanted a little girl, and that's always what I've kind of envisioned in my head, so we're really excited, and can't wait for her to be here. I have a little niece, and she's always been asking for a cousin to play with, so I'm going to give her a cousin. Yeah, that's one of the only downside is I'm not cranky if I don't get enough sleep, but it's just like I like getting good sleep. I get up early, I go to bed early, but it's just kind of like if my sleep schedule gets messed up, I'm kind of iffy sometimes, but we'll make it work. It's like having a puppy. You just got to get through get through the rough baby stages at first. Do we go Deafening Clarion just to get rid of Goblin Electromancer? That's going to put us at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we still end up going Opt. Yeah, I think we're okay. I mean, because this deck's probably really low to the ground. I mean, not very low to the ground. So getting rid of Goblin Electromancer, that's going to be fine. We can still have Sinister Sabotage and go for Opt. So let's see if they want to cash in some of these radical ideas. I'm just going to force them to discard a card. Yeah, I don't think we want to fight over that. If they want to have a Goblin Electromancer, that's fine. But yeah, it'll be November 22nd is the due date, and I'll be telling the channel or doing an announcement or something sometime soon, but at least when you said you were holding the 2-month-old, I was like, oh yeah, I could talk about it now. I almost said, like, I know what that's going to be like here in a little bit, Tyler, so that was kind of cool hearing that. And, you know, one of the things that my wife and I have been married for a pretty good minute now, almost 9 years, and so we've always wanted kids. Like, our game plan was like the 5-year game plan. Radical idea, yeah. So we were going to have kids 5 years after we got married. And then 5 years came and went. And I was like, oh, I don't know about this. You want to get an extension? Because we've always wanted kids, and we just wanted to enjoy our time together. And then, I was like, I started doing channel stuff, and I'm like, hey, this channel thing is kind of fun. So maybe we need a couple more years. So anyway, finally get to the point where I feel like I'm well established in my channel, that I can do stuff. And so here we are. You got lucky too. All right, opponent's gonna scoop it up on this one. Okay, I guess they didn't run into whatever they're looking for, and we had Opt and Sinister Sabotage, so we weren't necessarily going to close it out. But I guess with Binding, they probably were running into more copies of Nicol Bolas, and that was probably going to be their main win condition. So I've been in that boat before, where if you build a certain deck, like I just want to play this card, and they took care of it. All right, so see what the reward is. Ooh, they got the dinosaurs for the rewards. Claim that prize. Let's go one more. I want to get a Sarkhan activation with some Jeskai dragons. Yeah, we so with taking a break from work is that I work at a family business, and so like I'm gonna make it work. I'm definitely gonna take off as much time as I can. That's one of the downsides to working at a family business is, I don't work at a big corporation where I can just take a couple different weeks off. So I'll be trying my best to make it work. We're still trying to figure out that process, but we're excited. We're gonna have some good times. So we've got Rouse. Yeah, let's go on Mulligan. Kind of want to see some counter magic, or yeah, there we go, or something like Anticipate. We'll keep on that. Oh, and Sarkhan. Yeah, we'll put that on top. Why not? That's what we came here to do, is to get some Planeswalker dragons. So, like, sometimes when I get a deck idea, let's put Steam Vincent in play tapped. I usually get blown out by a deck. I'm like, okay, well, I want to build that now. And I got blown out by Sarkhan. I think it was like a Teamer Sarkhan deck. And so I was like, well, I'll just make Jeskai. That'll be fun. All right, so we run into Anticipate. Let's go Island. And then we'll jam and Anticipate during... Just in case there's Quinn. Yeah, we're going to go for Anticipate now because I want this to stick. And we'll grab Sulfur Falls. Yeah, there we go. So we do need to find ourselves at least another white source sometime soon. Jade Light Ranger. But yeah, having kids, it's it's kind of one of those things that we're very thankful for, that it happened relatively quickly. We didn't have to try that long, so that was always a good thing. You always get worried something like that's going to take a good while. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pass the turn. We have Sinister Sabotage, and then hopefully we can stick a Anticipate. Lana War Elves, yeah, definitely not going to counter that. Let's see if we can't catch something else. What else are going to get down? Okay, so at this point, we're just going to go for Anticipate. Now, if we can find Deafening Clarion... All right, there we go. There is our white source, and we've got five mana too. And Cleansing Nova is going to allow us to clean this entire board up. So, well, if they keep deploying these creatures out, we might even wait a little bit more. And then once they just dump them all out, then we just go for Cleansing Nova. All right, anything else? We're going to pass the turn. But yeah, as far as kids go, I'm excited. I told my wife if she had twins, and a boy and a girl, then we would just be done right then and there. Yeah, I think we go Sinister on Tameo. That's going to be some good value if we don't stop it right now. So we're going to go for Sinister Sabotage, and then Steam Vents on top. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's go and put that into the graveyard. And hopefully we can get a few more Planeswalkers for Sarkhan. But yeah, if we can hit the boy-girl ratio, we'll definitely be done at 2 kids. I think that would be pretty cool. Oh, and then we draw the Super Secret Cleansing Nova. So let's go Super Secret Cleansing Nova. We're going to destroy all creatures. Oh yeah, no, trust me. Yeah, I totally no. I if I could take 2 weeks off to help her, I would love to do that. But it's just kind of one of those like it's kind of like I'm trying to think how to describe it. Kind of like Saffron at MTG Goldfish. Like he's MTG Goldfish. Like there's a lot of things that I do at work that like revolve around me, and it's hard for me to be gone all the time. So I'm trying to make it work to where it'll be like come in the mornings and for a little bit, then come back and help her because I definitely want to help her because she's going to be a trooper through this entire thing. I think at this point they've got double Tameo out there. Yeah, let's just go and go Sarkhan. Let's just go ahead and plus up one. Yeah, let's go for it. And this is the fun part, just getting down Sarkhan. We get a few more Planeswalkers hopefully sometime soon. So we're going to go for the +1. Going to turn him into a 4/4 dragon. We'll have Sacred Foundry enter tapped, and then we'll just pass turn back over there. So hopefully we get him to stick, and we get a few more Planeswalkers and get these Jeskai dragons swinging in. Oh, they're going for Command the Dreadhorde. All right, so they're digging for that, and I love that. Now, we do need to find some sort of answer for Tameo, hopefully sometime soon. Oh, I was just say, if they name Hydra Krasis, they can definitely get some good value. Ooh, Finale of Revelation. That's a good thing. So we could go. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's go for Finale. Yeah, I think we need to go for 5 card draw. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what we want to see. All right, so we go Steam Vents for the turn. I'd like to see a few more lands, but at least get that down next turn. Do we know? Get a 4/4 dragon? Because it's swinging for 5, knock it down. Yeah, I think we just plus up for 1. And then no attack, because yeah, we'll just run into Hydro Krasis, then we'll pass it back over to our opponent. Yeah, and I would love to just take off time to help her, but I'm gonna make it work. It'll be fun. But yeah, with kids, if we hit a boy girl with 2 kids, then we'll definitely be. Oh, they do find Command the Dreadhorde, and they do have enough mana for it. So let's see if they end up going for it. Okay, so they're gonna go double Growth Walkers. Then that kind of puts us in a spot where we can go Cleansing Nova 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then Steam Vents, I think we should be able to go Cleansing Nova and still hold up Absorb. All right, that, just smash that. Now, we have to watch out for, yeah, I think we've got enough mana. So we go Cleansing Nova, and then we get down Sulfur Falls and stop that. Yeah, that'll be good. All right, so we go for Cleansing Nova. That's going to clear the entire board out. And then we go Sulfur Falls. That way we're not having to shock anything in. Let's go for the +1. That's going to turn him into a dragon. That's going to allow us to swing in at Tameo. Love it. There we go. Swinging at Tameo. That's going to knock him down. Get rid of Tameo. Send her to the graveyard. And then we've got an answer for Command the Dreadhorde. Yeah, and then we'll go and pass. If they don't end up going for Command the Dreadhorde, at least we can go for Absorb to counter that spell. Now, that's one of these. Command the Dreadhorde is one of those cards that I want to try out in Commander, but I don't know if it's going to be too clunky or not. Oh, now, hey, congratulations, Tyler. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited. Look at that. They're sitting at 33. Yeah, so we go for Absorb. This is a pretty sweet deck by our opponent. Then it just kind of sticks over there. All right, so and then we go Sulfur Falls. Let's go for Teferi. Let's go for the +1, and now we're really getting to that point there. Look at Teferi. Look at that dragon. Teferi's a dragon. All right, so we're going to go swing in with Sarkhan. It's hard not to imagine Teferi with dragon wings. All right, we're going to swing it for 4, knock him down to 29, and then slowly work our way towards closing the game out with the flying. Oh, I did not plus up on Teferi. Sorry about that. I got really excited. Well, also, when it turns into a 4/4 dragon, we need to do that first. Okay, so that makes sense. They're going to go for Tameo. I think we Sinister on this. Yeah, we're going to Sinister Sabotage. Yeah, that was my... Ooh, Ralzeric. Yeah, we're going to grab Ralzeric. And the Wild Growth Walker. Okay. Yeah, that was definitely a misplay on my part, going for that Teferi. Not going for the Teferi first. I thought we could do it on the second main phase, but I forgot that they just turned into another creature. Let's go... I'm almost tempted to go Anticipate to try to draw into like another counter spell. So let's go for the +1. Hey, what's happening, Bernardo? Yes, I am. I am. Just announced it. My wife and I are expecting, so we're really excited. Let's go and swing in with Dragon. Dragon to Fairy. All right, so we're going to swing in. Knock them down to 19. Yeah, I think we can go around. If they top deck a Dread Horde, they're not going to have enough mana for that. So let's go for the +1. Look at the top 2 cards. Maybe we get lucky. We'll grab Glacial Fortress. And let me get down Glacial Fortress for the turn. Yeah, then we're just simply just going to go and pass turn. All right, we'll get to untap 2 lands, untap that, and we'll untap another blue source. And then we draw into another Teferi, or maybe drew into Lava Coil. It's just I love imagining Teferi just turning into like Game of Thrones on this. All right, so we got Wild Growth Walker staring down just all these Dragon Planeswalkers, not even knowing where to go at all on this. It's gonna swing in at Teferi. I don't blame him. And that's the cool thing is whenever they swing it deals 1 damage to them. All right, so let's stick this. Try to go for this Anticipate. Oh, there we go. Grab a counter spell. Would have loved to grab Saheeli, but oh, we got another counter spell too. So let's go value first. Let's go +1. Look at the top 2 cards. We'll grab Sulfur Falls. Let's go for Teferi, draw a card. We draw into Super Secret Ralzeric. And so I think at this point we go Sulfur Falls. And let's go for the +1. Look at that. That's some good magic. All right, so we're going to go ahead and swing in. Got the whole entire Planeswalker crew swinging in. It's going to knock him down to 7. And we could try to stick a Teferi on the back end, but we've got double counter magic. So we're going to untap 0 lands and then pass the turn back over. Thank you, Bernardo. Yeah, we're really excited. This is something that we've been looking forward to. And yeah, I don't know. It's different. You know, like my buddy. Oh, it's going to go Hydroid Krasis and really cash in some card draw. Okay. All right, so they're going to put him back up to 10, but that's going to be them completely tapping out. And I think we still have to Sinister Sabotage the actual Hydroid Krasis. Okay, because that should clear the way next turn once we go for it. And we'll put Opt Down on the bottom. But yeah, having a little baby girl, so we're really excited. And, you know, I always wanted a little girl, but the main thing I wanted, you know, healthy baby. Healthy baby is what you always want, first and foremost. Okay, so we're going to, no funny business about it. We're going to go for the +1. Oh, look at that. Dragon Force 1 swinging in. Knock our opponent down. There we go. Knock him down to -2 and close it out. So we came what we wanted. We got what we wanted for with that Jeskai deck. So let's go ahead and cross that Jeskai Dragons off. And we did Mardu 8 rack. Ooh, let's go for Simic Manipulation. That is a one of my fun. Actually, I'm gonna mute the mic for just a second. Okay, sorry about that. My kind of my nasal passage has been getting a little dry. Now we're actually very slowly working towards that 752. And if we wanted to really clean that out, let's go for a quick little Mardu Aristocrats. Mardu Bantu, because that's going to get the creature count. We can get that 750 coins, so that way we can kind of grind it out. But yeah, my buddy Super Wesley 64 to the people in the chat room. This is my my paper commander buddy. So, and he has a child too. So I'm excited to. He has a little girl too. So I'm really excited. Yeah, exactly. I'm really excited for us to have some magic, some very strong magic playing girls. That's going to be really fun for us. As far as our opening hand with the Tajik light up the stage, this is kind of clunky. You want to have some 1 and 2 drops. So let's go and mulligan. Oh, yeah, we're going to keep on this one. I like it. And then hopefully a 1 drop or 2 drops on top. And the priests are, yeah, that'll work out. It's not a multicolored one, but we can do this. We go Goblet Shrine into play tapped, and that'll allow us to kind of roll them out from there. But yeah, Super Wesley 64 and I are hoping to build a, if they ever get a 4 Magic team, then we'll have all the girls that we need. We'll go for Hero Precinct 1. We'll get Hero down, and then Cruel Celebrant is a wonderful draw. That'll allow us to get the Blood Artist going. If we could just find Bantu, then we can sack the entire board out. But yeah, she's definitely going to be playing Magic. It's going to be hard for her to grow up in this house and not be playing Magic, so that'll be fun. Because I told my, I wanted a little girl, and I told my wife, if I have a little boy, then they'll definitely be in Magic. And if I have a little girl, which I want, then I can force her into Magic, and it'll be fun. She'll love it. Let's go, just while we've got it active, so let's go Dragon Skull Summit. Yeah, I think we want to go Cruel Celebrant, just to get it on the battlefield and cast that extra one. Yeah, my buddy, Super Wesley 64, he's definitely raising his daughter to be a goblin girl, so I'm going to have to raise her to be a mono blue girl just to kind of compete. That'll be kind of fun. All right, our opponent goes for Merfolk Trickster, tapping down our Hero of Precinct 1, which that's okay. We're Hero of Precinct 1's here just to bring some humans to the table. That'll be a weird thing to get to that point to where you can like not have to worry about them tearing up things. That'll be a really good feeling. And then Blood Crypt. Okay, so we go. Tajik does have haste, and that's going to give us an extra token to swing in with. How do we want to set this up? We could go for a setup next turn, Hero of Precinct 1, Priest of Forgotten Gods. Yeah, let's do that. If we're going to go for a Bantu win, I kind of like going for that. Shock in Blood Crypt. We're going to pay 2 life. Let's go Hero of Precinct 1. And then we're going to go Priest of Forgotten Gods. In this house, we play goblins. Yeah, so my buddy and I, Wes has always been a goblin player. And it's funny because the first time I played Necasaur against him, I had all those wheel effects, and Wes was like, "What is this? This is not magic." I changed decks very quickly, so every time I think of Necasaur, I think of him. Oh, nice, Tyler. Yeah, that's kind of what that's what I'm planning on doing. Is just kind of just having the core concept of playing games, just always playing with common games and then going from there. Next to counter spells. All right, so we do. Yeah, let's go Swamp, and I think we just go to Jeek. Yeah, I like that. That's going to give us the haste ability and give us Mentor, give us double Hero Precinct 1 triggers. We are kind of staring down a little bit of a weird board state. We can still know going for a Heartfire. Yeah, let's go for that. So let's go and push in. Let's go and swing in with the entire crew. I like that. I'm going to send everybody swinging in. Let's go with the Mentor trigger onto Cruel Celebrant, because that's the one we want to stick around the most. And depending on who they end up blocking, we can actually still go for Heartfire and make this block not be that good. So, and about the only thing they can do with these Druids of the Cows is grabbing this last little human token, which will probably end up sacrificing. And Heartfire, if you're playing Mardu Aristocrats, Heartfire is a very, very good card. It just, being able to, you want to sacrifice creatures anyway to begin with, and being able to do that. All right, so we're going to go Heartfire. Let's go ahead and target Merfolk Trickster, and we're going to sacrifice that token. That's one of the good things is, it's just kind of like a free 4 damage almost. All right, so we're going to trade on that, knock them down to... All right, opponents had enough. They said that's good. Hey! Manda salve a pro Brazil. I don't know how to speak Portuguese. I think that's... No, Brazilian? Yes, Bernardo, very much. A little parishioner girl. I love that. That's perfect. She's going to be the new mother of runes. I love that. All the rewards are just dinosaur cards. All right, so we need to cast one more creature. Yeah, let's go one more go with Mardu Bantu. Because it is fun if you can get Mardu Bantu down. That's pretty cool. So, all right, so we are in like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're working our way down the list, so it's going pretty good. Let's see if we can. We need to cast 3 more creature spells, so. And we're playing against, what's his name? Guy Ferrari. We're playing against Flavortown, so. And yeah, I love this opening hand. We're going to keep on. We're playing against Flavortown, and I just love thinking about Guy Ferrari just sitting there in his computer, just with this goatee and just grinding some Magic Arena, trying to get his free play for the day. Let's go Blood Creep. We're going to have this enter the battlefield tapped, and then we'll go for Cruel Celebrant next turn. But yeah, and as far as Modern Horizons, man, I'm excited to see what some of the other, because what we've seen so far looks really good. I'm really excited about that. Do we want to go? Yeah, let's go Hero Precinct 1. That way we can try to set up some pretty good stuff. Oh yeah, that would be pretty good. Get a Father of Runes. That'd be pretty nice. I'm excited to just kind of show her different Magic stuff as time goes on, and just it is kind of cool that Magic's getting to a point now to where it's not completely crazy that somebody would that a female would be playing Magic. So that's another good thing that she can look up and see that. So let's go Cruel Celebrant. Get in 1/1 human. There we go. And we're not going to push in. We're simply just going to pass the turn to our opponent. If we can just muddy up the board state good enough to where we can hopefully get an active light up the stage, that's kind of what we're going for. All right, run into Blood Crypt. Now, Dreadboard Butcher. Yeah, so how do we want to sequence this? We can't go Mayhem Devil whenever a player sacks a permanent. Or we could just straight up shock. I think we need to get down. Yeah, let's do this. So we go shock in Blood Crypt. We're going to pay 2 life. Let's go for Mayhem Devil. And like I mentioned, we just want to make it to where these, even though they've got Riot, they've got Pelt Collector, there's not really much they can do with our active hero Precinct 1. So we're just going to try to cash in as many tokens as possible. Yeah, because that's one of the downsides is just extra turns like that. It ends up not being a ton of fun sometimes. That's why I never really run extra turn cards in my. The only thing I run extra turns is Temporal Trespass in Yidris, which is it's kind of fun. Do we want to go Dreadboard Butcher? Yeah, we'll get that down. That'll be an extra token for us. Hero Precinct 1. We go Isolated Chapel. Yeah, like we're just gonna kind of just hold tight on this one. Next turn, if we don't run to another land, we'll probably just end up hard casting light up the stage. That'll be pretty good. And sorry, I've got the air conditioner turned on back here because I get hot sometimes when I record. And so it feels like my lips are getting dry. All right, opponent's going to scoop it up on this one. We got our, we didn't get a clean win, but if we run into Bantu pretty quick, it's going to be a pretty clean win. So opponent's going to scoop it up on this one. The main thing is we got our reward for the day. There we go. And we're almost at getting that last pack. So we did play Mardu Bantu. Let's play that Simic Mass Manipulation. Let's take a quick look at that really quick. Just kind of show y'all what's going on. Yeah, Wooburg would be pretty nutty for him. Just so Simic Mass Manipulation. This is basically just Simic ramp. We've got Gifted Paradise, 4 Lana Warelves, 4 Incubation Druids, Growth Spirals, Arcane Trip, 3 Mass Manipulations, Vivian Reed to dig for a Tatyova or Hydroid Krasis, and then Chemister's Insight for some card draw. Ooh, I wonder. It's hard to get to 12 mana. Nah, I don't know if we need to go for that. We'll back off 1 Chemister's Insight. Yeah, I would just want to make Finale work, but I wish it was instant speed. It wouldn't be. I don't think it'd be that bust if it was instant speed. I don't know. I wish it was. I find myself wishing it was instant. But anyway, I find myself working in a lot of decks recently. So we're gonna go for Simic Mass Manipulation. This is one of those decks that, man, if you can get in Mass Manipulation to resolve, your opponent most of the time is like, okay, I'm good. All right, so we've got Tatyova, Hydroid Krasis, River's Rebuke. Yeah, this is pretty good. I mean, we've got Tatyova, a little far away from Tatyova. Typically, you want to see Lana Werewolves and different things like that, but let's go Island, and then we'll go and pass the turn over our opponent. But yeah, it's fun. There's a lot of time. It seems like it's hard to get an active Mass Manipulation, but you can get it going pretty good. And then Syncopate in this deck is actually really good, too, because you can, whenever you get, like, just times like right now, we can just catch it for 1. See if our opponent wants to pay for 1. It just feels really good. Just, oh, you didn't pay 1 mana? All right. And that's actually a pretty good card, too. Okay, so we run into Breeding Pool. We won't have that come into play tapped. And the good thing is, at least with Hydro Krasis, we've got 2 Hydro Krasis, so we can at least go next turn for 1. I mean, it's not the best to go for 1 with Hydro Krasis, but at least getting a life gain and a card draw, that's some pretty good magic. So try to further our board state. It looks like we're playing against Mono Black Zombie. Oh, there we go. Mass Manipulation. So that'll be pretty good. We can do some good damage. And yeah, I think we just go, because I really want to hit the land drop next turn to get down Tatyova. So X is going to be, oh no. That's rough. That hurts. I was thinking Mass Manipulation like the double X. So we just burned a Hydroid Krasis for nothing. I'm sure opponents like, I'm just going to throw the oops up there. Yeah, we'll leave it up there. That's a bummer. I hate when stuff like that happens. All right, opponent's going to go Twilight Prophet and then Incubation Druid. Okay, so hopefully we can bounce back from that. We'll go Incubation Druid. Now, if we can gain control of Twilight Prophet, that'll be pretty good for us. And then we'll go ahead and pass the turn. Oh, that was rough. Okay. Yeah, every once in a while, you just like, for some reason, your brain gets something crosswired and you're like, oh, no, that doesn't work that way. I was thinking something. I was thinking the extra mass manipulation, and then mass manipulation. I love the art on mass manipulation. It looks so good. It makes you feel like you're in the audience, like in the crowd. At yeah, we'll go and let them swing in. Mass manipulation. It makes you feel like you're walking through Ravnica, and like you can feel like these people gain control, and you're like worried about somebody trying to gain control of you or something like that. All right, so we do hit the lane for the turn. We'll go. I think at this point we'll just go 1, 2, 3. Actually, yeah, we can go Hydroid Krasis for 4, and we'll do it better this turn. There we go. All right, so we're going to gain life this turn and draw 2 cards, and that'll put us in a spot to where we can go Tatyova with a land drop, hopefully. And then end up with a 2/2, 4/4 on the battlefield. It's always nice. We can at least kind of stop that Twilight Prophet from swinging in. And we've got little baby Hydroid Krasis. And it's always funny when you imagine what these Hydroid Krasis look like. All right, so there's the murder. I was worried about getting down Tatyova, and I knew there was going to be a murder hanging around somewhere. But, and if we need to, we're at the point now where we can go for River's Rebuke and just hit the reset button on this board state. They can rebound pretty quick with Death Baron and Priest, but if we need to, we can end up going for that. Yeah, you're exactly right. Especially the Grand Warlord Fibblethip. It always like so. Whenever I do that intro, I'll kind of talk about that in a sec. Yeah, let's go Tatyova just to cash in a life gain. They are at 9 permanents because I don't think we want that Twilight Prophet. Yeah, I think I like that. So we go River's Rebuke. Yeah, let's go River's Rebuke. And we're going to send everything back, because if we get an active Twilight Prophet, that's not going to be a lot of fun. That's going to allow us to buy another turn, too. So we're going to send everything back to their hand. We're going to go Harbor, go Lana War Elves. That'll make a better mass manipulation, and then we can gain control of it. I kind of like that. That's kind of what you want to do with this deck. All right, so we're going to get Baby Hydroid Krasis. And I always like to imagine if the Hydroid Krasis is X or whatever, if it's X is 1 on Hydroid Krasis, he's probably like the size of a balloon you'd get at a restaurant. So anyway, going to come in there. Oh yeah, Unesh is Unesh is that's oh, I love playing Unesh. That's one of those commanders that when I built him, I was like, he'll be okay. And then, oh yeah, as time has gone on, I'm just like, this is a nutty card. All right, so opponent, I'm waiting for them to get down. Oh, Hydrocrisis really kind of sets this one open. Enters the battlefield, lose 3 life, gain 3 life, flying 3/4. We can trade. Let's say they go Twilight Prophet next turn. I think we're good with waiting on that. So let's just go Hydroid Krasis. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we can go Hydroid Krasis for 6. I like that. That'll be 3. Put us back up to 11. And then, we grow and get another mass manipulation. We go Island down, so that'll make it really easy for us to gain control of some of these creatures and really see this deck really start to take off. Hydroid Krasis is such a good card. If you're new to Arena or you don't have any mythic rares that you're really saving up for, get yourself a playset of Hydroid Krasis. You'll be really happy with that. Yeah, I forgot that it's not always just extra turns. It's with mono blue, you can get stuff like Unesh and Grand Warlord Fibble. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So whenever I do Grand Warlord Fibblethip, I always want to do the beginning of the video like they're reading Dany from Game of Thrones, like Mother of Dragons, Slayer, Freer of whatever. And so I always want to do that, but then I start laughing and it sounds goofy, so I don't do it. So, but anyway, I've always wanted to. All right, so we're going to gain control of some stuff. We're going to go Mass Manipulation for 3. I think we have enough. Yeah. We actually got just enough. So X is going to be 3. We're going to gain control Priest, Vampire. Now, the only downside is they do have an active Priest, so that's going to force them to sacrifice the Priest activation if they don't want to let us gain control of it. But hey, we'll take it. Let's see if this is going to be good or not. You can feel the little things. I can't remember if there's an animation for this. All right, so they just let it go through. I'll take it. Look at this. Let's go and swing in with Hydroid Krasis. And then we definitely do have the City's Blessing, so we're able to get Twilight Prophet coming down. So this is going to be pretty good. All right, so swinging in for Hydroid Krasis for 6/6. There we go. Knock him down to 16. And then pass the turn. But yeah, this is what this deck wants to do. It was kind of funny, like when Mass Manipulation came out, I was like, I don't want to build a deck with that. I want to have some fun. And if they get another creature out, since we do have zombies and skeletons. I was thinking it was a vampire with Death Baron, but yeah, Ours is definitely gonna be really like when I saw that it was spoiled like that, I was like, oh, that's gonna be some. I feel sorry for some of those meta games. It'd be like playing against a fairy, the Chainveil Lock or whatever that is. All right, so they're gonna use Obnixilis Cruelty to get rid of that. All right, so we've got a 6/6 in the air. They've got a 2/2, and we sacrifice a creature with Priest of Forgotten Gods. They have to sacrifice a creature. I think at this point, let's just go Tatyova, and that way we can just start cashing in some card draw. I think that'd be pretty good. So we go Forest, that allows us to draw another card. Growth Spiral. Let's go and push in with our flyers in the air, swing in with Vampire and Hydroid Krasis. It's going to knock them down to 7, and then we can actually just go double Growth Spiral next turn. So we'll just go and pass turn. That way we can at least leave up Syncopate to try to counter something from our opponent. And then worst case scenario, if we need to close it out with the Priest activation, we can. We can at least do it this turn, and then get some pretty good stuff done. Okay, opponent's going to go Plague Crafter. Yeah, let's go Growth Spiral. At this point, we're just cashing in a card draw. And look at the interaction between Tatyova and Growth Spiral. Oh, it's the stuff dreams are made out of. We get down Forest. And the fact that it still blows my mind that Tatyova is a card. It's still pretty wild to me. Alright, so we're just going to have to sacrifice a creature. I guess we just sacrifice a lot of War Elves. Yeah, because either way we're going to be able to close it out next turn. So we'll sacrifice a lot of War Elves. There we go. Poor little buddy. And then we can still just gain control of Playcraft if we want to. Just to kind of have some fun. We'll see what else they get down, but it always feels good just to grab their last creature, just to kind of clear the way. But we've at least got 9 in the air, so that's going to be enough. But yeah, with the 5-color commanders, Niv Mizzet is so much fun because like I enjoy 5-color commanders, but one of the things I don't like building them sometimes because it just feels kind of clunky. But I feel like because like when I built Ramos, I'll talk about Ramos in a second. Let's go and push in. I don't think there's any funny business Lebowski, but we'll just go and push in for 9. There we go. All right, we're gonna close it out. But whenever I built Ramos, hey, what's up, Pizzy? Or Pete Ziki? I'm gonna say Pete. I apologize. I'm trying to pronounce it, but I always get I get vowels mixed up sometimes. Anyway, hey, glad you could join the stream. But with Ramos, you know, people are like, this isn't a Ramos deck. I'm like, oh no, it's not a Ramos deck, but I just want to build a Guildgate deck, and I need to build Ramos. So here it is. So if you ever wonder why Ramos is not that good, we're gonna claim that prize, and let's get a few more packs too, because anything that I get in, we just immediately cash it in. All right, so we're gonna get a couple more. There we go. Let's go and open this pack. Oh, we got a treasure chest. Awesome. So let's grab Ravnica War. Okay, I don't think I have that one yet. Let's open one more pack. So we came in for some packs. Here we go. Teferi. That's a good one. Narset, I'll take that. And then Ugin. Okay, it's always nice to get Ugin. And then we get a vault. So I'll take the vault. Let's open the vault. Oh, there we go. Claim the prize. Okay. All right, so let's go back to playing. So we did play Mass Manipulation. That was pretty much what Mass Manipulation wants to go for. Oh, let's try Mirror Rage. Yeah, let's go for that. So with Mirror Rage, this is one of the arena videos that I have put on. What's up, Team Jammy? Hope you're doing okay. So this is Mirror Rage. This is basically the same kind of concept. We've got Ramp, we've got Incubation Druid, Lana War Elves, Gift of Paradise, Route. And what we're trying to do is get down Mirror March and end up with just a bunch of crazy stuff. Now, Ilharg is in the deck, and that actually works out really well with Mirror March. So hopefully we can get some good stuff going. So let's go and jump over there and play that. Yeah, that's some good packs. Pete's Key. Okay, there we go. That's what I'm... So, like, I just overthink Val sometime. Yay! My wife just said that Sturgill is sleeping, so she can finally watch. So shout out to Miss Angela T. And also, so Angela T is my wife. So if you want to tell her congratulations, I told the stream that we are expecting. So she finally got Sturgill to settle down. So shout out to her. Thank you very much for watching Sturgill too. So all right. So as far as our opening hand, I think we're gonna go ahead and mulligan. Yeah, we got double Lano War Elves and Gift of Paradise. Hopefully we can make that work. So we're gonna keep on this one. Oh yeah, Mountain, we'll take that. Let's go Mountain, Forest, I'm gonna go Lano War Elves. It always feels good to lead off with Lano War Elves. But yeah, so shout out to Miss Jolt. She has been taking care of Sturgill, puppy boy. And puppy boy, he's being bad boy right now. We go, yeah, I think we just go Gift of Paradise. Yeah, there we go. And we're gonna gain 3 life. Gift of Paradise, I love Gift of Paradise. It feels so good in this standard metagame. Thank you. We're excited. Might go for Banefire. The drop in Alano War Elves. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not going to be enough to go Banefire. No, I'm thinking this is Electro Dominance. Yeah, I think we do want to get rid of that. 2, 1. Yeah, they're pretty far away from. We can wait on that. So we go Iron. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we can still get down Siege Gang Commander. Yeah, let's go for Siege Gang. I'd like to hold on to it. If we had Mirror March in the hand, I would hold on to it. But we go Siege Gang Commander. And get those Gerblin tokens. That'll allow us to start throwing. And if you didn't know this, with Siege Gang Commander, if you look in the background, you can see the little catapults, you can see the little goblins, and you can see the little goblins with the spiky balls. And I just love that. I think that's so good. That's pretty good. Jolt 540, I like that. I'll bring it up to Miss Jolt to see what she thinks about Jolt 540 and all the other ones out there. That was pretty good. Okay, so opponent gets the convoke going. Oh man, that's I enjoyed that. I think we just want to go for a siege gang. Yeah, let's try to do that. So we go siege gang on because they're gonna get. That's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's pretty funny. Thank you, Bernardo. Thank you. Yes, let's go and shock. We'll shock in Stomping Grounds. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can actually clean out most of the board. We don't really have to worry about Snubhorn Sentry. I don't think that bad. It's just a 1/4 dinosaur Sky Marcher. Yeah, we still want to go in. Yeah, we'll go for an activation. That way we don't have to worry about that target creature is indestructible. We'll sacrifice a goblin. There we go. And then I think anything else we'll get down Lano War Elves and we'll leave it Banefire for next turn. So we'll simply just go and pass the turn. I forget which it's that indestructible. No, don't want to attack. Oh, no attacks. There we go. And we'll pass the turn over to our opponent. But yeah, we'll have to Maymer Jolt 540. Oh, but with that Ramos deck. So yeah, whenever I built Ramos, people were like, "Yeah, that's not really a good. You should." I always get a lot of comments about how you should change Ramos around or make it an actual Ramos deck. And I'm like, well, sometimes I just want to play a subpar Ramos deck that's just a Guildgate deck. But with talking about 5-color stuff. Oh, all right. So with Jolt 539, so 53 was my football number, and then 9 was my baseball number. So, and when I was in high school, I needed to make a avatar for like Xbox Live and stuff like that. And I was like, well, what do? I've always enjoyed Jolt Cola, and so I just typed in Jolt as in Jolt Cola, and then typed in 539 because I was like, it was one of those things where like Jolt 539 is pretty much always there. So I was like, well, I'll just do that and don't have to ever worry about it. Ooh, there we go. Crispicula Worm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this is going to be some life gain. I like that. We'll go and get that down, and that's going to be trample. We can really start pushing in. So let's gain that 7 life, and then we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. So they're stuck on 2 lands, and hey, we'll take that. Once we start swinging in with Crispicula Worm, we can get in some pretty good damage. Adonto Vanguard. Yeah, that's one we do need to watch out for. But yeah, it's Jolt Cola, and then 53 and 9 were my 2 sport numbers. So I've just had it forever. And that's why it was pretty cool whenever I started the chain. I was like, do I need to change? It's like, no, I'll just leave it Jolt 539. And so, pretty cool. But that Jolt 540, that was pretty good. I enjoyed that one. The interaction with Veteran Loxodon in that Convoke and that +1 counter, that is some really good magic. How you can do that. I like that's very well designed. Oh, opponent's going to go for Conclave Tribunal. And they're going to take Crispicula Worm. Okay. Charging Tuscanon. And so now at this point, we're charging Tuscanon. We can swing in. We do have double activations off Siege Gang Commander if we want to deal with this Loxodon. And then we can start swinging in. But there's still going to be 2/1/4s that we're going to have to fight through. I still think we need to get some threats down. Yeah, I think I like that. So we go charging Tuscadon. We're gonna get, because if charging Tuscadon, it's almost kind of like double strike in a way with the way they have that damage amplified out. So we're not gonna swing in, then we'll simply just gonna let them pass the turn. Yeah, it is. You know, it's just a good value card. You know, there's nothing crazy about it, nothing to write home about. But there's a lot of times where that you get down for gain 7 life, and then it has trample, and then you get to cash in a card draw. And that's pretty good. Sorry about that. I'm not used to. Normally, when I record, I'll take like 5-10 minute breaks here and there, so I'm not used to just yakking the entire time. But I feel bad that we haven't got down Mirror March yet, so hopefully we can find it and get down a few pretty creatures. Well, if you want to see UB Tezzeret, I started the video off with Black Blue Tezzeret. So if you want to see that, we might play that next, because we've basically kind of worked our way through it, most of the stuff. So if you're Bernardo, if you're about to walk your dog, I'll play it after this one, because this Mirror March deck, it's fun, but sometimes it's hard to it's hard to get going sometimes. Oh, look at that, the veteran Loxodon. Okay, Circuitous Route. I guess we go for that. Yeah, because we don't want to try to fight through this 1/4. We could. Yeah, so we could. Yeah, let's go Banefire. Yeah, let's go Banefire for 4. And let's go and swing in with Charging Tuscadon. Yeah, I like that. So we're going to swing in for 4 with Charging Tuscadon. That way, if we trade with Veteran Loxodon, I'm fine with that. We're just looking at two 5 snub horns. And if we do get in for some damage, that'll be really good for us. All right, so we're going to trade on that. And then hopefully we can trade in some of these goblins. All right, well, Pizky, hey, good night. 3 a.m. is a very late night to be watching Magic, so I certainly appreciate you doing that. That is some dedication right there. I appreciate that. Thank you. But we're doing pretty good against Mavericks so far. They've got the snub hunt. Unfortunately, they've just been stuck on lands, and this Conclave Tribunal took our Crispicula Worm. Now, with Circuitous Route, we do have 2 Guild Gates in here, so just for that scenario. So hopefully we can get some sort of card advantage going. I don't think we have any card advantage in here, because it's kind of a one-trick pony deck. So, okay, so they're going to get Night down. And thankfully with Siege Gang, even once they get that trigger on the stack, the +2/+1, we can at least go for a Siege Gang act. Oh, there we go. Vivian Reed. Okay. Now, do we want to dig? Yeah, I think we just go Vivian Reed and go -3. We're going to get rid of History. And then no attacks from us. So yeah, we'll simply just go and pass. So in Vivian Reed, we can start to use the +1 to start digging for a creature. Vivian Reed works out really well if we already have Mirror March on the battlefield, because it's basically you're going to find some sort of enter the battlefield effect creature for that. So yeah, just cook the elephant. It always reminds me of so I started listening to this podcast, like Not Another Dungeons and Dragons podcast, and the dungeon master, whenever somebody would die, he'd always have them have like a final word, and that was like, I just bought a new music album I didn't get to listen to, and then he dies, or he's like, my birthday's today. And so whatever you just said, like, did you just cook that elephant? That made me laugh. What should you have for dinner? Do you have any options? I'll certainly help you figure out dinner, but I just need to figure out what sort of options we got going on. My shorts are riding down because I've been being a little squirmy in the chair. So they get down another History. That's going to be another token. You could have some cooked elephant for dinner. That might be good. Or if we can find some jellyfish hydra steaks, those are pretty good. I've heard those are pretty good over at the Simic restaurant. Look at this 5/5 snubhorn. Goodness. Yeah, they've got the city's blessing right now. This is it's always a bummer when you get to that point in the game where it's a 5-5. You're like, okay, Snubhorn's 5-5. Fried fish. Ooh, pizza. Pizza's so good. Go pizza. All right, so swinging in double fives. Do we want to keep Vivian and Reed around just to kind of stick around? Now we'll go and let that go on through. We'd have to give up a couple Lana War Elves and a couple different goblins. So now let's see what we run into. Incubation Druid. So we go Incubation Druid for 2, then we go Circuitous Route. And we're still sitting okay on life at this point. So let's go Circuitous Route. And we've actually made a surprising low amount of drops, lane drops. All right. There we go. Double Gruul Guild Gates and then no attacks, and we're going to go and pass the turn. So hopefully, yeah, that's going to be an extra token. And then we can get rid of a couple of these with Siege Gang Commander. Yeah, pizza. Oh. Comes with rice and dumplings, though. My wife would vote for dumplings. So now you're in a little bit of a pickle. Or you could make Mudsta happy and go get a pickle somewhere. I don't mind fried. Well, what kind of fried fish is it? Is it like catfish or is it like fillet fried fish? Because if it's like catfish, then yeah, I think catfish might be pretty good. But if I had to choose between the two, I would still pick pizza because I'm just like a pizza fiend. All right, things have gotten way out of hand on our opponent's side of the board. Oh, nice. Salmon is such a good fish. I love salmon. My dad gave me a smoker grill because he got a new smoker grill, and so I cooked some root-bound crab. Okay, so we get that down. Yeah, this Mirror March deck it's definitely a lot better when we have Mirror March. But yeah, roasted salmon's just always good. We smoked salmon one time on the grill. My wife smoked salmon. She wanted to do a smoker recipe, so we got a salmon fillet and smoked it, and it was very good. Yeah, we're looking at those knights swinging in next turn. Yeah, no attacks. So we got some Gerblins to sacrifice in response to that trigger. So let's go Siege Gang Commander. We're going to deal 2 damage to one of these knight tokens. Sacrifice a goblin. Now they might have that indestructible spell. Let's see if okay, they're not going to see that. Let's go one more. And then yes. No, we don't want to target. So target, there we go. Hey, what's happening, Gabe? It's like a whole fish. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I don't know. That's pretty unique. If you don't eat it a lot, then why don't you get that? That's pretty cool. All right, so we're gonna get that last night coming down, and we're at 28. It's crazy how much life gain. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool to get like a whole little fish. I never do that. I ordered fish at a Mexican restaurant one time when I was very, very little, and it came out like that. And I was very terrified because I was at the age where I knew it like fish was fish sticks. But then like to get a whole fish that was just fried and the eye was staring at me, right? I was kind of that's kind of in shock for a little bit. All right, now it's officially gotten pretty nutty on our opponent's side. That's some pretty good board state they've got developed. We can still at least go for Incubation Druid. The only way we're going to be able to get out on this one is some sort of. They will. They'll make some generic noises. We'll see if they want to swing into this mess. Get a 5/4 Snubhorn. Let's see who else wants to get in there and get first. That's going to be 12. That's going to be 17. You got Gideon coming across too. And let's see if Rune Law Enforcement. Yeah, we're going to go for Incubation Druid, adapt for 3. I still think this is not going to be looking so hot. And like the little the little adapt animation. All right, so they're going to tap down Incubation Druid. Yeah, that's fine. Go for it. Not gonna no block, so I've seen enough over here. It's gonna put us down. Oh, that last last hit made the screen pause for a second. It's gonna put us all the way down to 6, and we'll see what else we rip into. But Yeah, we've seen enough. Good game. That was a long draw. Never saw Mirror March on that one, unfortunately. Yeah, it's a pretty gnarly board state. Our opponents are able to power pass that one. I think one of the downsides of this deck is you're running a lot of. Let's get it pulled up and look at it again. Mirror Rage. Yeah, we got 4 Mirror Marches in there. Could not find them. You're running a lot of, into the battlefield creatures and running a lot of ramps. So there's just sometimes where you just don't end up with enough stuff to make sure you have a well-balanced deck. So it's a little rough on that one. So I'm going to cross off Mirror Rage. And let's go one more Tezzeret. That way we can get the Witch Hand going before Bernardo has to go walk his dog, I think. Yeah, so let's do that. So we're going to play one more Tezzeret before Bernardo has to go walk his dog. And then we can play Plane Wide and play some Bolus Grixis. So Treasure Draft. We've got yeah, let's go on Mulligan. I'm not wild, but yes, we'll keep on this. Sorcerer Spyglass. We've got 3 dual sources. Yeah, keep on this one. I like this a little bit. Ooh, and Tezzeret on top. Yes, indeed. I'll take it. And our opponent is on the play, so we'll see what Johnny's welcome. Okay, so this is a mono white kind of aggro deck. Hopefully, we can find Cry pretty quick and clean the board state up. So we're gonna go ahead and pay 2 life and go for this Duress. And I love that they brought the old school Duress art. So we are looking at mono white. Looks like mono white kitty cats. We've got Vanguard and then War Leader. And so we've got a little bit of time on. They can get down double War Leader next turn, so that's something we got to watch out for. But we can at least make that work. Now, unfortunately, there's nothing we can really do with the Sorcerer Spyglass. So I don't know what we would name with mono white. Maybe the Flip Legion's Landing. What is that card? So flip it, it's going to be Adanto. That's what it is, Adanto. Okay, so we run into another Sorcerer's Spyglass. So I guess if we're going to end up going for that, yeah, let's go Drowned Catacomb. Let's go Sorcerer's Spyglass. We already know it's in their hand. And we're going to name Adanto the first 4. There we go. Might not be in here, but at least we're just going to go and name that. That way we know for sure. Then we might name a mono white Planeswalker just to kind of deal with it. Healer's Hotcake. So we're playing against mono white life gain. And then the other main thing is if we just keep getting down these Sorcerer Spyglasses, at least it'll slowly start working towards Tezzeret. So, in fact, we'll have this come into play tapped, and we'll go Sorcerer Spyglass. Click done. Let's see if anything flying lifelink. It's +1/+1. I guess we'll just go and name Adanto again. I can't remember the white Planeswalkers right now, and I don't want to chew up the clock trying to remember which one. Okay, name Adanto again. So this one, hopefully next turn we hit our lane drop for the turn. If not, we're going to have Anticipate, and then we can slowly start getting down Tezzeret. Once we can get down Tezzeret, that's really going to allow us to get that card draw going. That really helps us kind of push our game plan, finding Tezzeret, bridge Tezzeret, and going for those activations. All right, so we run into Saheeli. Yeah, let's go Anticipate. I'm looking for a land. Man, I'd love to grab Tezzeret, but we need to start making our land drops. But I think next turn might not be looking so good for us. And then War Leader is such a good card in Arena. Getting those 2 extra tokens tapped and attacking. That's a very nice effect. Oh. It's going to put us down to, that puts us all the way down to 0, so good game to our opponent. We're going to go one more go, because I want to try to get the Tezzeret ability going. And this deck is still kind of where I go back and forth on which sort of build of Tezzeret I want to end up doing, so let's go one more go. And it's funny that we've gotten to the daily rewards now of just like, just giving you like 25 gold. Like, here's a penny. Here you go. Quit playing Magic. Okay. Hopefully we get a little bit of a better opening hand. Yeah, I like this. We've got Anticipate, Watery Grave, we've got Cry, some good board control, and then Matt Tezzeret. Yeah, we'll keep on this one. And then we'll lead off with Watery Grave. See what we're up against. Hopefully it's mono red, because there's no better feeling than going for Cry and getting some ton of those mono red creatures. So we're going to have this enter the battlefield tapped, and we'll pass it back over to our opponent. So going for Anticipate next turn. As long as we get that third land drop, that'll put us at Mana Geode. And then we can, ooh, Azor's Gateway. Yeah, let's still just go Anticipate because we want to make these land drops. Okay, so I guess what we'll end up doing... Yeah, I guess we'll go Mana Geode. Well, actually, if we don't hit the land drop, we'll go Anticipate. I mean, that if we knew for sure we are going to hit that third land drop, then we could try to grab another Geode, but I like getting that. And this is pretty much kind of what you want to do, you know? This deck does do better against kind of your mid-range control style matchups because you just have more time to do some setting up. You know, you can get down Mana Geodes, you can get down Azor's Gateway. Once you get all these artifacts down, then you get down Tesar, get that card draw going. It's just your aggro decks are some of the hardest things. And one of the downsides of this deck is, or at least his standard metas, they're just not really a solid mono black board wipe. All right, there we go. Top deck and land. I will take that. And yeah, I think we just go Mana Geode because that'll put us ahead on mana. And that'll make it to where it'll be at 4. We'll get the Scry, Duress. I think Duress might actually be pretty good in this matchup. Do we want to leave that on top? Because that'll cut us off Vraska's Contempt. Yeah, let's go and leave that on Duress on top. I don't mind going for a little bit of a longer game. Yeah, too many kitty cats. They knocked Tesar off the table. Tesar the master of the bridge, and they knocked the cat. They knocked him off the bridge. Like, that was the downfall. That's all that the people of Ravnica had to do was get a kitty cat. All right, so opponent's going to get down Mentor and get some spells that your opponent casts that target a creature. Planeswalker costs 2 more to cast. All right, so that will definitely cut us off the Vraska's Contempt. Now, the good thing is with Cry, we can still kind of deal with some of these creatures, so at least kind of clean up some of these wizard tokens. I need to start working in Kasmina into a few more of my decks. Okay, so we've got 4 mana. Yeah, since it does cost 2 more, so let's go Duress. And maybe we can grab another Planeswalker that they were... Oh, yeah. Okay, so this looks like it's Jeskai Sarkhan. So they're sitting at, let's see the battlefield. So they've got Mox Amber, which is definitely online because of the Planeswalkers. They have a legendary creature. So Deafening Clarion, we don't really have to worry about that. Dovin's Veto. I keep wanting to say Danny DeVito on that. It's pretty funny. And then... yeah, I guess we just grab Danny DeVito. Because we don't want that to happen. Let's go Azor's Gateway. And then that, with Azor's Gateway, they'll still allow us to go for a filter. So let's go for the filter off Azor's Gateway. Then we draw into Anticipate. And since we're just staring down wizard tokens, they're going to get rid of that pretty quick. Let's get rid of Cry, and that way it'll just put it at 3. And then we'll keep our fingers crossed that we hit the land drops. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, we can try to do it during our upkeep. So we'll try, if we end up going for our upkeep of the Azor's Gateway, then we might be able to kind of help filter some of our land drop. Hey, what's happened, Lombardo? Hope you're doing all right. Not any giveaway right now. Currently, there is not. But if you want to join the Discord, I might be doing some more, like a, not necessarily giveaway, but my Discord. If you'll join the Discord, then we'll be trying to do something a little bit later on. So, you know, try that. It's just a little hard. I did get some arena packs. It's just a little hard to be divvying out arena packs and playing at the same time. So, but yes, join the Discord, and we'll be figuring out some sort of way to divvy out some of those packs to people in the Discord. So, if that's what you're looking for, thank you for swinging by too. I appreciate it. All right, so they're going to get a few more wizards down. So even if we don't hit the land drop next turn, getting Cry down would definitely be a good way to clean these people up. All right, so we run into another mana Geode. That'll be Scry 1. I think we can take another hit. That does get us really close if we end up going for Vraska's Contempt, or if they end up getting down Sarkhan and dealing some pretty good damage to us. Because if they get that, that's going to be pretty hard for us to deal with. But we need to get down. Yeah, let's just go for it. If they're missing their land drops, then we might as well just go and start working toward this. So Mana Geode, island on top. I'll take it. Let's go and draw that island. Oh, that's what. So opponent's got Narset, and every time we go for the activations, okay. I thought that was goofy last time. Okay. All right, so unfortunately we're going to get rid of Vraska's Contempt, and I feel very silly now that I just completely played into that Narset like that. So, but we've got the 3 and the 4. Yeah, we are reaching the 2 hour and 30-minute mark. So there's sometimes that kind of happens. You just get to the point where you're kind of like, blah, you start doing something, you forget about that. Yeah, Mudstood during the lounge, he opponent had down somebody had down Ashiok and he cast a tutor. What was it? It was not demonic tutor, but Runescar Demon. They cast Runescar Demon into open Ashiok, and it's kind of like, uh-oh, that's not so hot. So our opponent did finally end up hitting the land with Hollowed Fountain, and they're going to send a Zor's Gateway back to our hand. So let's see. They're going to be able to swing in for 4-8. With them going for -2, it'll definitely be time for us to go for Cry next turn. Okay, so swinging in for 6, this will knock us all the way down to 12. And that's going to be the island. So we go island. Yeah, I guess. Now, if we end up going Tesar, that's going to be 2, but that's just going to be open fodder for all these wizards to come attack us. So let's go for Cry. That's going to get rid of all these wizard tokens. And that zombie, like, not zombie, but whatever that little person is on the bottom, they always remind me of it reminds me of like the White Walkers. I don't know, it kind of looks like that. Yeah, I guess if we're going for Master of Tesar, might as well just go and get down Zor's Gateway. Now, what we can do is we can filter during our opponent's turn next turn, and then get a card draw to get around that Narset activation that we completely forgot about. But yeah, if they end up getting down Sarkhan, then they're going to be able to close it out. It's going to be 4-8-12. So Tesar, it's one of those decks that if you can get a good matchup, it's a lot of fun, especially trying to close it out. If they don't end up going for that, then we'll take it. But that should be, it's probably what they're going to end up going for. But you can see how good that +1 ability is with Planeswalkers. Yep, it's coming down. All right, so we're going to go for the Azor's Gateway, the Exile Treasure Map. There we go. That's going to be exactly just enough. They're going to be closing it out. So we're going to see Dragon Teferi, Dragon Narset, and Dragon. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful. All right, it's going to knock us all the way down to 0. So tried to get Tesar to work, but unfortunately it's not. So, and let's go over to Mono Green. I want to play some Plane-Wide Celebration. It's always a fun deck to pilot. And that's the other downside. I started out in Silver, so some of these decks were working out really well. And then as you kind of work your way up the ladder, you start to run into a few more tiered stuff. So sometimes that kind of happens. So with Plane-Wide Awakening, this is your standard mono green ramp deck. We've got Lano War Elves, Incubation Druid, Bond of Flourishing, kind of dig a little bit deeper into our library. Finale of Devastation, that's going to allow us to grab whatever sort of creature you want, or out of the graveyard, which is a really cool ability. And there's just some really nice mid-range creatures. Tend to Shoot Dryad, Biogenic Ooze, Nissa, and then Vivian Reed. So let's go and get that going. Yeah, that happens sometimes. So they had just enough, and you got to commit. And it always, we got to do that earlier, so our opponent's sitting there like, yeah, got to close it out. But we are reaching the 2 hour and 30 mark, so I'll probably be wrapping up sometime soon, maybe the next couple of games or so, because get to the point sometimes where you're just kind of like, you get a little mush brain when you've been talking for a long time. Forest, I might end up mulliganing on this one, just simply because we don't have any quick ramp. This deck really wants to just be off with it. Yeah, let's just say you want some sort of ramp really quick, and then we can use Bonds of Flourishing to kind of dig a little bit deeper. So we'll keep on this one. Oh, and then Gift of Paradise. That's great. So let's go Forest, and then we go Lano War Elves. Now I don't know if they've done it yet, but you should be able to choose your basic land on Arena. So if you've got a monocolored deck and you want to choose whatever basic land you want, hey, that is an option out there. Let's go Gift of Paradise. It's going to be the life gain and give us a little bit of extra mana. And you end up with a really quick Incubation Druid. So, in race, okay, that'll be a good thing. So we go Forest, let's go Incubation Druid. And then Bonds of Flourishing. So we'll see what sort of permanent we can catch up. Ooh, Vivian Reed is exactly what we want to see. And then, do we want to swing it for 1? No, well, hold on. I don't think there's any... Yeah, I love this forest. It's just such a good-looking magic art. And the thing is, I couldn't remember how to change the art, so I had to add 2 lands, and they're 2 different forests, and it bothers the heck out of me that we have 2 different forests in here that are different colors. So opponent's gonna go Respondent Angel, and that was just perfect timing. So we're gonna go Vivian Reed. And we're gonna go for the -3. Oh, oh, there we go. I was trying to get the Planeswalker ability to pop up, but all those things popped up. So with that sitting at a 3/3, they can swing in. I'm almost tempted to kind of just dig a little bit deeper because they don't have the mana for it. Yeah, let's do that. So let's go for the +1. Let's see if we can't dig a little bit deeper, see what the top 5 is. All right, we'll grab the forest. And then no attack from our opponent. And we've already made the land drop. All right, so we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we will be able to get down in race Forerunners. We'd like to get a few more creatures. We got kitty cats are back. And they will be swinging in at Vivian Reed. That's going to knock her down to 3. But if we get enough creatures on the battlefield, we can put in some pretty good work. So let's go for the +1 again. It's going to put up at 4. Ooh, then Tendershoot Dryad. Now, the only thing with Galt is it's not going to have trample, so I think I kind of like Tendershoot Dryad. That way we can at least get a few more creatures down. So with the incubation, we adapt. This can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that'll be 1. Yeah, I think we got just enough to adapt and to go for Tendershoot Dryad. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we're going to Tendershoot Dryad, and I think I was about to say, we've got the City's Blessing. So once you get these 3/3 sapling tokens on the battlefield, you can end up with some it'll make this in-race Forerunners a lot better. I don't know if we're going to be able to close it out next turn, but at least getting down Lana War Elves, getting another sapling token, and going for Lana War Elves. But you can see how good Tendershoot Dryad can be. All right, so everybody's swinging at Vivian Reed, so we're just going to go and let this come on through. No blocks from us. Thank you, Vivian Reed. She did her job in digging into the library for us. Oh no, they got they got our Tendershoot Dryad. At least we got a sapling on the battlefield for our troubles. And then Nissa. Okay, so we go Lana War Elves. Actually, we get down Nissa. And then we go for the +1. Yeah, because if we're trying to build up creatures, then that's kind of what we want to end up doing. So we're going to get one more creature on the battlefield. Let's go Lana War Elves. And then I think we just go and pass the turn. And then we'll try to start working towards this in-race Forerunner math really quick. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's going to be 7 creatures next turn. Times 2, that's going to be 14. And they're going to gain trample. I think we can close it out next turn, swinging across. Now, it kind of depends on how our opponent swings in with War Leader or these cat tokens. But, oh no, Ravenous Chupacabra. Let's see if they target the forest. All right, so they're going to target Incubation Druid. Yeah, that's pretty. I think we still might be able to get in some damage depending on how aggressive they are swinging in with all of their creatures. Now, if they want to deal with Nissa, all right, there's going to be 2 more cat tokens that are tapped and attacking. We can't stop this, and that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's going to cut us off in race Forerunners. Okay, so that will end up taking Nissa on this one. Yeah, that Ravenous Chupacabra, that was pretty brutal. We get the forest down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, even if we go for the forest. Now, so with the hey, what's happening, Palace, man? Glad you could join the stream. I think we're just gonna wait because if we get down to in-race Forerunners, it's not gonna do much at this point. And we almost need to get another creature. Yeah, we're gonna go and pass the turn. So with the multiplayer games like PJ, I might end up doing that. One of the things that it's hard for me to do that is like I enjoy giving commentary, and it's hard for me not to. It's just kind of hard to talk for a long time like that, and I know I could do a little bit more of a sped up kind of commander style, video with that. But it's just kind of one of those things that if I'm playing multiplayer commander, I kind of like doing the EDH lounge. It's just kind of a safe You know, sometimes, and to be honest, when you play on Magic Online, sometimes you just get some random people, and then they're just very, they don't care. You know, if something bad, like one of the videos I recorded one time, it was like 2 hours long. Somebody just scooped because something happened, and I was like, okay, let's go forest, and then we'll block on one of these cat tokens, let them swing in for the rest. And send up with their tube. Yeah, it's just sometimes if you're not recording with people that you don't know that you're going to get a game. Oh, goodness. We're getting taken out behind the woodshed right now. God Eternal Bantu. Let's see how many permanents they end up sacrificing. 6. Now, we do have 6 mana. If they end up sacrificing a lot of permanents, maybe. And this basically is going to leave 3 creatures on the battlefield. They are sitting at 29, though, so I don't know if we can do anything. Hunted Witness, okay. Then we hit another forest. So even if we go in-race Forerunners, I don't think we can push past this. And if we wait another turn, we're sitting at 15. They've got 7. We'd have to do some block 7, 8. That's going to be 12. Yeah, I guess we'll just go and stick in-race Forerunners and just swing in, and maybe we've got enough. I don't think so. That's going to be... Oh, and I forgot that they gain Vigilance. That's another thing I always forget about, is that I always think of Crater Hoof, that they just gain Trample and get a ton of damage. Yeah, we're just going to drop in-race Forerunners. But yeah, long story short, multiplayer games, like, you know, I enjoy like 1v1 Commander a lot more than I do multiplayer Commander. It's just kind of one of those, it's just fun to me to kind of at least play with people that I know, and it makes it more interesting for me. All right, so let's get those soldier tokens. Good game to our opponent. Scoop it up on this one. We'll let them go and swing in and then close it out. But that was a good Bantu showing from our opponent. And then I think that'll be all the decks except for Nicol Bolas. So we're going to play Nicol Bolas after this one because I am reaching the wall. Not this bad thing. It's just kind of, I can feel myself getting a little bit tired. Okay, they're going to send the entire crew in. They get a few more extra tokens. No blocks. There we go. Knock us all the way down to just enough. -7. So good game to our opponent. Yeah, unfortunately with this deck, if you catch, you know, you get on Nissa, get that plane-wide celebration, get that life gain, get a few tokens, it can be pretty fun doing that, but sometimes you just don't run into a lot of stuff. So let's go switch over to that Nicol Bolas deck, and then hopefully if it's a good game, it might end up being the last one, but we'll try to get one more good game, and then we will call it quits for the stream for tonight. Yeah, Nicol Bolas, it's a lot of fun. It's very interesting that they have that activated ability. I don't know, it's just pretty cool. You just activate all the Planeswalkers out there. So we've got Sinister Sabotage, Ritual of Soot. If we had anticipated this, I would be tempted to keep. Because we'd have to go land to even really kind of get anything developed. Yeah, let's go on Mulligan. As much as I like that, yeah, we'll keep on this one. Okay, we've got Chromatic Lantern. We've got, yeah, it's a little bit smoother of a draw. And hopefully that Scry is going to have a land on top, or the Scurry. The Fever. The Insanity. And then I think our opponent's on... No, we're on the play first. So we'll go and lead off with Watery Grave, since we do have a Bedevil, and we're just simply going to go and pass the turn. So keep our fingers crossed for that third land, and that'll put us in Chromatic Lantern range. And then we can... I thought Erasure. We'll still take this. Let's go and shock this one in. Pay 2 life. Let's see what they've got in their hand. And we get to choose a non-land card. So we've got Binding, Teferi, Merfolk, and then Vivian. I think we get rid of Binding, I think. Yeah. I mean, because if we still let them have Teferi, it's a bummer. But the Binding on Nicol Bolas or even like Chromatic Lantern is going to be really, really, really rough. Now, here's the funny thing. As far as like funny Magic channels, I don't watch too much of Magic content, but if I had to pick one, I would say Pleasant Kenobi. His stuff is really good. He does a really good job of, you know, editing, and a really good job of kind of, you know, carrying over a dry sense of humor. So I would have to say Pleasant Kenobi. He's a very good at his craft. He has a very unique artistic take on Magic videos. So I really enjoy his stuff. Definitely shout out to him. So let's go Chromatic Lantern, because we're getting into spots where we can just go Nicol Bolas and start kind of pushing past some of these creatures, and they're just looking at getting down to Fairy this turn, and then we go Nicol Bolas. I kind of like that. And then whatever, if they do end up getting down a better Planeswalker, at least we do have Bedevil to get rid of. But yeah, I choose Pleasant Kenobi. He's a good guy, and he's funny, and he knows how to keep people entertained. Okay, so Vivian ends up going for the +1. A lot of War Elves is going to gain Vigilance. I love that. Oh, that would so be me, like Soccer Mom Bolus. That's all I'm gonna think about is Soccer Mom Bolus now. I love it, like Karen Bolus. I love that. That's great. All right, so Fodder gets done a few more things. And see, that's what makes Magic so good. It's I love that. All right, so we go Nicol Bolas. Oh, I'm glad I know about that now. That's some really good Magic. That's pretty good. Yeah, we can pretty much stop what they got going on. So we're gonna get Karen Bolus, the Ravager, down, the Soccer Mom. Look at that Soccer Mom, mad that somebody took her minivan's parking spot, and then make them discard a card. So they get rid of Hydroid Krasis, which actually would have been pretty good for this board state. It just got a little bit of a card draw. Just yeah, that's all I can think about now. So thank you. I'm going to be mentioning that from now on out. All right, so I'm going to send Nicol Bolas back to the hand, but actually, with them sending Nicol Bolas back, that really does help us out, because what we can do is we can recast it and make sure they get rid of that last card in their hand. I don't know what that last card is, but at least we can force them to get rid of it. And we do have to worry about Frilled Mystic. It's on top of their library, so we do want to keep that in mind. But we can recast Karen the Soccer Mom, and then make them discard a card, and we'll be pretty good to go. Now, if we can get to that 7 mana, get him to flip, that'll be pretty good, because once you get Nicol Bolas to flip, you go for that +2. That's really hard to deal with. Okay, got us into 13. Watery Grave, that's going to put us at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total mana. Yeah, I think we still end up going Nicol Bolas. Yeah, I kind of like that. All right, so we're going to go Nicol Bolas, and that'll still allow us to get down Water Grave without having to pay. So get the Soccer Mom to enter the battlefield, have them enter the battlefield tapped. Enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card. For some reason, I thought they didn't discard it. Enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card. Look at the top 3 cards. For some reason, I thought they didn't discard a card. Maybe I missed it or something. Or maybe they got rid of double Hydro Crazy. I don't know. Anyway. No, it's a good thing to know. It's kind of one of those things like, oh, speaking of like funny, I think it was Descend Upon the Sinful. Was that card translated in French as Descend Upon the Fishers? Like the Fishermen or something like that? I think I remember reading a story like that, and I could just not stop laughing thinking about that, because that was just so funny to me that it was Descend Upon the Fishermen. Like they're just trying to fish. That was it. All right, so Ingrass Rampage, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we go Bedevil on Hydroid Krasis. Yeah, because if we can get Nicol Bolas to flip, that would be good, but we can't do it right now. And we do have to kind of play around a Frilled Mystic. So, yeah, let's just go and pass the turn. Yeah, because either way we can counter Frilled Mystic. Yeah, so that'll be fine. All right, so no attack from Nicol Bolas, because it is 4/4 out there. Yeah, but that's what makes Magic fun, is just knowing that other countries have like fun little jokes like that. I don't know, it's pretty cool. All right, so they're gonna get out Sun Petal Grove, and we knew that was on top. So let's see what they're gonna go for. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can hit the land drop. Oh, and I forgot that we can't with Teferi. They go for the +1. We can't cast our instant or sorceries. All right, so they're gonna get that get those going. They had to give Wild Growth Walker Vigilance too. It's just crazy how good that card is in a lot of these Undergrowth decks. Now, even if we do get Nicol Bolas to flip, we can immediately go for the -4. All right, so swinging in for a 4/4, no blocks. Yeah, that's a little bit of a. I always forget that Teferi has that. Each Pokemon they can only cast when they have a sorcerer. All right, so we do end up hitting the land. So let's go Blood Crypt. We're gonna pay 2 lives. It's gonna put us down to 3, but it might be a little bit too late. We're still gonna go and get it flipped, and let's see if they can. Yeah, can't stop it either way. It's they're gonna get in on this one. So we'll just gonna take care of Teferi. The kid came to our opponent. Let's try and do one more time with this one because it is a pretty fun deck. I mean, unfortunately, we just couldn't get a lot of that mana going pretty quick. Let's go one more go, and then I think it'll be probably make this my last game after this one. So hopefully, we get a good win on this one. Putting a guided meditation video. I don't know if I've seen it. I'll have to look on and see that one. Send me a link in a comment, then I'll check it out. Now, as far as our opening hand, we've got Steam Vents, Dragon Skull. Yeah, I like this. Double Chromatic Lantern. We actually have Nicol Bolas in here and Tezz. Yes, I like this one. So we'll lead off with Steam Vents, have that enter tapped. And then hopefully with Anticipate, we hit that third land drop. And then we go Chromatic Lantern. And that'll make it really easy for us to get some stuff going. And since we do see Dimir, I'd hate to run into a counter spell. So we're going to go Anticipate. And then I think we do need to at least grab another. No, we do have Dragon Skull Summit, so we're just going to grab Steam Vents. We do need to start working towards that triple black with Nicol Bolas, but with Chromatic Lantern, that's kind of a way that we can kind of get around that, which is always nice. Let's go Shocking Steam Vents. Let's go for Chromatic Lantern. And with Angrass Rampage, unfortunately, we can't make them sacrifice an enchantment. So if they do end up getting down a Planeswalker or a creature, at least we can go for Angrass Rampage. But at least next turn, we are looking at getting down actual Nicol Bolas himself. And so that's always nice. And then we can kind of threaten the Nicol Bolas Dragon God. Or if we just straight up just run into the land for the turn, we get down Nicol Bolas and then go for that +1 and make them start exiling stuff. The fact that you can get down Nicol Bolas plus draw a card and make them exile something, that is a very powerful effect, especially get down pretty quick. So, oh, okay. Ooh, and there we go. Hit the land. So let's go. Well, actually, they did pass the turn with Search for Azcanta. We might be running into Absorb or the other 3 blue counterspell, Sabotage or Sinister Sabotage. I think. Let's try this. So let's see if we can't get. I kind of want Tesar to stick. So if we go Chromatic Lantern, that'll still put us at 3 total mana. Yeah, let's do this. Let's go for Chromatic Lantern. Let's see if there may be, if they want to burn a counterspell on this, they can. At least we can kind of cash in a little bit of extra mana, and that'll still put us on Angrath if they end up getting down something next turn. So, and then we can still end up going for Nicol Bolas to get him to flip. So they're going to go for Search for Azcanta. But yeah, I'd love to roll out Nicol Bolas, but I'd be afraid about hitting a counterspell. So let's see if they can't get something down. Maybe go Shields down. Okay, they're simply just going to be passing the turn. So we're going to try to draw that out of there from our opponent. So let's go Nicol Bolas the Ravager. And if they've got a counterspell, I would assume they would burn it on this one pretty quick. Oh, there we go. Never mind. They're going to have to discard a card. And I always love that art. It's like Nicol Bolas just throwing his garlic breath all over the opponent. So it's pretty good. Alright, so they end up getting rid of a Hollowed Fountain. We're going to have Watery Grave. Yeah, have that come into play tapped, and then we're simply just going to go and pass the turn. That little red symbol. Oh yeah, okay, I see what you're talking about. Oh, that is a major bummer. Yeah, sorry. For a second, I was thinking like a little red symbol in the actual card, like maybe it was my overlay or something. I was like, oh, did I have something in the way? No, that makes sense. Yeah, that would Nicol Bolas and Atraxa would be just absolutely nuts. So let's see if our opponent's tapping out for Teferi. If they're tapping out for Teferi, then I do like this. Now we do have counter spells in this deck, so hopefully we can draw into something semi-good pretty soon. Vraska's Contempt on Nicol Bolas. And okay, that's pretty much going to be the coast is clear. I like that. So we're going to go Drown Catacomb. We're going to slam Nicol Bolas. And let's go for the +1. We get to cash in a card draw, and that does leave us open on Bedevil, which is going to be really good. Dylan, what's happening, buddy? I apologize. You're catching the end of the stream. I've been streaming for a little bit. I'm a little tired, but I'm glad you made the stream, man. Very nice. And then we'll just go past the turn. Yeah, I just this is the longest stream I've ever done. Done 3 hours so far. So it may not seem like a lot, but I'm used to recording and taking breaks randomly here and there. And it's just like you start talking for 3 hours, kind of like by yourself a little bit, and you're kind of like your brain turns into mush sometimes. So now our opponent, let's see if they're going to go for the -3. If they do, yeah, that's fine. We can draw into it. And I think at this point, we'll just go for Angrass Rampage because that's going to be the easiest way for us to make sure that they sacrifice a Planeswalker. So, and then, and especially with Tesar, if we hit another Sinister Sabotage. Okay, so let's go Angrass Rampage. We're going to make our opponent sacrifice a Planeswalker. There we go. They went good. I'm going to splice the video up. That way people can check it out later. So let's go Tesar it. I think at this point, we're just going to go 0 build. You're just going to cash in some card draw and find that Nicol Bolas a lot quicker. We go Island for the turn, and then we're going past the turn. Karen Bolas. Karen. My latte was not cooked, was not made correctly. You used low-fat milk instead of skim milk. But yeah, the games have gone good. The only downside is I wanted to show off a Storm deck, and the Storm deck, we were getting ready to storm off, and then our opponent closed it out with like triple Wilderness Reclamation, so I was kind of like, bah, it's a bummer. All right, so we got Teferi back on the battlefield. Yeah, I was about to say, we're just about to draw into Nicol Bolas, so I think, yeah, we go Nicol Bolas. We can go for the +1. Now, if they've got a counterspell, we still have Sinister Sabotage to stop this, so they're not going to be able to stop. Ooh, and then Danny DeVito can't be countered. Okay. All right, so that will end up resolving, and that's going to leave them one. Yeah, we're going to let that go through. So Danny DeVito is going to stop it. And let's go for the draw card. Then we hit Sulfur Falls, so we'll go Sulfur Falls, and then we go for Bedevil on Teferi. And then with Tezz, we're just going to keep cashing in some card draw. Is this gluten-free Elder Spell? What D&D concepts and characters is the hardest for you to play? Because I got a couple characters that ended up being better played by someone else. So, well, really with Dungeons and Dragons, what I usually do is like if I find a magic character, I just just play it and just kind of have fun. Like just like find a movie character and just kind of like, what would this movie character do? All right, so now that we got 3 artifacts on the battlefield, we're really starting to cash in some good card draw with Tezzeret. Draw 2 cards. Even if they want to stop this, we've got to. Oh, look at that Nicol Bolas coming down. So I think at this point, counter target non-creature spell. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think we can actually go Nicol Bolas and flip it in the same turn. Well, yeah, let's do this. So we go Nicol Bolas and try to go for Sinister Sabotage. But yeah, as far as Dungeons and Dragons, what I usually like to do is I just pick a character that I really enjoy, and then I just build a character around it, like building Kamal. Like I've been playing Kamal and Curse of Strahd, and I just really enjoyed it. I don't know. It's kind of fun imagining trying to play as Kamal and building a character that would make Kamal happy. So that's what we're going for. Nicol Bolas the Ravager. Okay, so we're gonna make our opponent discard a card and they have to get rid of a swamp. Now, if they don't deal with Nicol Bolas, we are looking at a flip next turn. We're looking at card draw from Tezzeret. So this is we're pretty much doing what this deck wants to do right now. So I'm glad we're getting a good showing for the last little video. I'm still laughing thinking about getting Karen Bolas. All right, we're going to flip Karen Bolas. She is very angry right now. Oh, we should have swung in first. Sorry. I'm just really excited to get Nicol Bolas flipped. All right, so we're going to go for the 0 ability. Draw 2 cards. A couple more. We get down Mountain. Let's go for... Is there a Planeswalker? We can get... Yeah, let's... So Karen is going to get Teferi to come out and help. Get the assistant manager. We're going to grab Teferi. Oh, look at this. We're going to go for Teferi, +1, draw a card. Being upkeep, going to tap another 2 lands. Let's untap that, and then that. This is going good. So Karen got mad. Karen turned into Mega Karen. Just imagine Mega Karen at a Starbucks, just getting real angry. And so, all right, so they're gonna end up going for Chemist's Insight. Do we want to go for whatever they end up drawing off that? We can go for Sinister Sabotage, and then we'll go for Nicol Bolas next turn to draw some cards. Search for Azcanta. If you can hear that, you can hear Sturgill. He woke up from his nap. And let's see what then now. Oh yeah, we do need to keep in mind that they do have Danny DeVito in the hand too. So even if we end up going for Sinister Sabotage, we can't stop that. But look at this assortment of creatures. Oh, I mean, Planeswalkers. We just need Sarkhan out here. Let's be perfect. All right, so let's go for the 0 ability off Tezzeret. Just cashing in 2 card draw per turn, looking really good. But there's Nicol Bolas. Let's go to Fairy. We're gonna +1 draw a card. Oh, there we go. Ralzeric, not late to the party at all. So let's go Ralzeric. Hey, Caleb, glad you can make it, man. Yeah, unfortunately, we're at the 3-hour mark, and so I'm a little tired. I'm going to make this my last game, but we're having a good showing so far. All right, the opponent's going to go for Danny DeVito on the Nicol Bolas. So we're going to follow that very promptly up with the Nicol Bolas Dragon God. And oh, look at that. Just shenanigans. All right, look at all these activations. Draw a card. We could draw 2 cards if we wanted to. We're just going to make them start exiling stuff. And then we still have enough for Anticipate. Exile a card out of their hand. We'll go and shock in. Well, we actually don't need to shock in Blood Crypt, do we? Oh, we still have the other Nicol Bolas to go for. Let's go for the +2 and draw 2 more cards. Cast down Vraska's Contempt. Okay, so we will end up shocking in. That way we at least have Vraska's Contempt, Anticipate, and Bedevil. All right, and then we're going to go. We've activated all the Planeswalkers. We're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. Use the puppy now. Use the power. But yeah, this is it's really nice to what, Sturgill? And then we get to untap 2 lands. There we go. And they're gonna go for Search for Azcanta. Hey, Caleb, I will always keep that in mind. Very much so. I appreciate that. Chemist's Insight. Yeah, let's see if we can't stick a Sinister Sabotage on that. If they've got a counterspell, they definitely don't want to burn it on Chemist's Insight. Okay, that's good. All right, we're going to go Anticipate. Oh, then Angra. Yeah, this. Yes, indeed. All right, so we're going to absorb on Chemist's Insight. They're going to get, or no, they absorb on our Sinister Sabotage, and that'll put us in Angraph range next turn. And start just really working our opponent, going for that plus. We can even use Nicol Bolas to go for the +1, which is going to be really good. All right, so they're going to go for double Chemist's Insight, and then we run into Bedevil. Okay, so we're sitting at, how many cards? We're 26. All right, so we go for draw 2 cards. Draw the Super Secret Nicol Bolas. And let's go to Fairy. Be able to draw a card. And then we go for Nicol Bolas. Are there any creatures we can start working towards our opponent's life total with? Do we have any creatures going to the graveyard? We could get down Ralzeric. Now let's just draw a couple cards with, draw 2 cards. Off Karen the Arisen. And let's go Angrath. Where are you, Angrath? There we go. Get on Angrath, and we'll go for the double activation. All right, make our opponent discard a card, lose 2 life. Now we've got a win condition. We've got Nicol Bolas, and we can even get down extra super secret Nicol Bolas and go for an extra Angrath activation. Oh, yes. This is what Magic's all about. All right, so we're going to get down and go for the extra one. Let's see. Okay. Destroy each opponent. Draw a card, create a Thopter. There we go. There's Angrass. We're going to make our opponent discard a card. And then once we go for Super Secret Nicol Bolas, then we can go for another. Just get rid of that last card in their hand. Oh, oh yes. Oh, yes. We're going to keep the 4 mana. I'm going to go for Angrath again. Okay, get rid of Thought Erasure. And then we don't need to go for our own Thought Eraser, Bedevil. Steam Vents, I guess we're just going to Shock and Steam Vents. That way we have access to the most mana, pay 2 life, then we're at 21. And we've activated all the Planeswalkers. Okay, then we're going to go and pass turn to our opponent. There we go. Look at that. We've got Karen Super Friends over here. Then we get to untap 2 lands. And discard 2 cards to get rid of Blood Crypt, and then double Blood Crypt. Okay. So they're going to have Search for Azcanta, and this has turned into a very interesting Nicol Bolas match. So been happy so far. The only downside is we don't have a counter spell, but we still have Anticipate that we can go for. And so if we end up going for Anticipate, then we can try to find a counter spell off this one. Alright, so they're going to grab Vraska's Contempt. A little late to the party. And let's see if they end up grabbing. Hopefully, because if they target Angrath, that's pretty much our win condition right now. But it's kind of like, who do you target in a scenario like this? Either way, it's not going to be looking good. Alright, opponent's going to go Vraska's Contempt on Teferi. Let's go Anticipate. And then none of those are good, so we'll just grab Cast Down. Okay, that's fine. If they grab Teferi, yeah. If we don't let them gain life, we could have gone for Vraska's Contempt on ours, but with double Angrath, we can definitely put in some work. We run it, so let's go Angrath. Each opponent discards a card, loses 2 life. Let's go for Angrath again. Now, if we had a Rogue Mage, it'd bring me all the managers. Let's go Nicol Bolas. And we go for the +2. At this point, we're going to, before we deck ourselves, we're going to be trying to win with him. Let's go for the Thopters, because I think if we start making some Thopters instead of drawing cards, it'll actually make us work out just a little bit better. It's going to enter the battlefield tapped. And then I think, yeah, that should be good. We could try to start surveilling, but we're just going to wait on this one. I love that our opponent is grinding this one out. I like it. We'll get our Thought Erasure. And then we'll get rid of a Cast Down, because we've got double Cast Down in here too. So search for Azcanta. Now with the Thopter token swinging across, we've got semi-win condition. Swing in, knock them down to 10, and then once we go for double Angrath, that'll be 5. So basically we're looking at 5 cards coming in. So we have Narset. Now the only downside with Narset entering the battlefield is they get to go for that -2. We can, yeah, let's go and go Vraska's Contempt. Actually, we'll go Bedevil. Yeah, Bedevil on Narset. And the good thing is we'll get rid of that more than 1 card draw per turn. Alright, so I'm going to go for Search for Azcanta. If they want to burn a counterspell digging for it, they let them go for it. These are all the different managers that Starbucks has on the battlefield. Alright, so... And Narset would definitely be in that group with Karen. Alright, so Vraska's Contempt, unfortunately, was the reveal zone. Now, if they get rid of Angrath, we have to kind of play a little slow. So let's see, they're going to go Vraska's Contempt on Angrath. Yeah, okay, that's going to get... Alright, so we need to start making a few more Thopters. We can still end up going for a win condition with Nicol Bolas. They're going to have to keep digging for more Vraska, so... Alright, so we run to Thought. Let's go for the Nicol Bolas, draw 2 cards. Yeah, that was an exile effect, so we're going to go for the +2. We'll go for Super Secret Tesar. We're going to go for the +Thopter ability. So let's go and swing in. Swing in for 1. See you, Bernardo. Hey, glad you get to hang out, and good luck walking the dog. Hope you have fun doing that. And I think we go for the +1. We're just going to make another Thopter. And we go for another Tezzeret. We're going to go +1, create another Thopter. And then let's see. So we're going to go Thought Erasure. We're going to make sure we get rid of that last Thought Erasure. And definitely put that on the bottom. Okay, then anything else? We've activated all the play when we're going to pass turn. So now we've got at least a 3-turn clock and Thopter damage that we're going to be able to deal with. And hopefully this game's gone on a lot. Oh, Caleb, man, I would love that. I would love to be on game nights. That would be a lot of fun. I would highly enjoy that. Yeah, that would, I feel like that'd be a pretty good time. So if you've got a line of contact, I'm sure give him a shout out. Yeah, I would do that in a heartbeat. That would, I would enjoy that. Yeah, that's like okay, I would love to be on the show, but there's sometimes where it kind of feels like a TV show. But I guess if you think about what they're trying to go for and they're trying to hit the casual audience, it's good for Teferi. All right, they've got 15 cards. We got 13 cards. Okay. Now, if they end up going for the -3, that might help us out trying to draw this one out. All right, so they're simply just going to go for the draw. So we're going to go for a Vraska's Contempt on Teferi. I appreciate that, Caleb. And then, so we took care of Teferi. They went for the card draw. Let me see. They're going to cash in a card draw. And then let's see. So it'll go switch over to our turn. All right, so we run into Anticipate. We're going to go for the... Let's go and swing it with the Thopters. I'll swing in an attack. We're going to go for the +1, draw 2 cards. Yeah, there we go. Oh, and they run into Ralzeric. Okay, so we're going to go for the extra Thopter. Because we still just want to have some creatures on it. So we're going to go with the extra Thopter token. And then we go for Tezzeret, get another Thopter. Then we go Ralzeric. And if we can just hit some sort of counter magic, that'll definitely be good. So we're going to go Thought Erasure for that last card in their hand. It's just going to be a Plains. Put that in the graveyard. And with us having 9 cards left in the library, I think I would love to go for Ralzeric, but we need to be... that's okay. Look at the top 2 cards. Oh, there we go. Angrath. Okay, so we're going to put Angrath in our hand. We're going to go Angrath. With a +2, each opponent discards a card and loses. Puts them down to 6. Okay, so now that we got 7 cards in the hand, we need to be a little careful. Yeah, and I think that's one of the things, like, that's one of the... they're kind of going for that day 9 feel where it's just kind of like, hey, if you enjoy Magic, you might like this. And, the more people who are more ingrained in the actual Magic stuff tend to want to have something that's a little bit more kind of down to earth. But I totally get that. All right, but you can... Okay, so they have Kaya's Wrath. That's going to get rid of our Thopters, but at least we can still end up going double activations. We've got 11 cards. We've got 7. Okay. This has been a good one. I'm glad we're recording this. So we're going to go Nicol Bolas with Angrath. Each opponent discards a card, loses 2 life. We're going to go Angrath. Each opponent loses a card and loses 2 life. And we've got 6 cards left. So we go for -12. Exile all the but the bot. Okay, there we go. Finally get it. And then with the Tesar, we're going to make another Thopter. Okay, and then I think we just pass the turn. All right, because what's going to happen is they draw that last card in their hand. And then, yeah, I know. Shout out to our opponent. I wish... I'm going to have to write down their username and send it to him later. All right, there we go. We're going to be able to close it out. Finally get to that Nicol Bolas. Karen got mad and made them close the store down. But yeah, shout out to our opponent for sticking with that. That was fun to see that one go. But I'm going to wrap it up for the stream. I had a lot of fun tonight. I want to give a huge shout out to Wizards of the Coast for this sponsor stream. Thank you so much for the opportunity to do this. And thank you to everybody who tuned in and to watch this video. It's always nice, like one of the things about doing a channel is getting to meet people and having fun meeting people all from over the world. We met somebody from France. I think somebody said they were from Germany, from Brazil. So it's just really cool to see all the different people across the world watching me play Magic. So, but yes, I'm tired. We've got a dog that's very agitating my wife right now, so I'm gonna go over there and grab Sturgill and make sure he's a good boy. And I won't have a video going out tomorrow, but if I can download it and maybe edit it tonight, I might. But if not, I'll have it kind of releasing a little bit later on. But anyways, thanks to everybody for coming out to the stream, and I can't wait to do this again. And if you enjoyed the stream, make sure you like and subscribe. All right, bye.